Hello, everybody, and welcome to the greatest draft show right here on Twitch. We're going to be taking the show to the next level. The players will be going to the next level, and we are going to be starting the next generation of incredible memories, incredible talent tonight on draft night, alongside the greatest football minds on Twitch, Will Neff and AustinShow. Play action, don't actually cross the line of scrimmage, throw a touchdown. Amazing.
That's
Guys,
football, baby.
That's football, baby. Get ready for Esfand's Draft Night Extravaganza. All right, hello everyone. Dude, I am very, very excited.
We're very excited, Esfand, to be here.
Oh, yeah.
Incredibly excited. Couldn't be happier.
Yeah, I also couldn't be happier for E-Rob not to be here this year as well and to have AustinShow instead.
Look, I'm going to try. I'm going to do my best. I've been studying. I'm a huge Vikings fan, repping 84, Randy Moss. I'm super excited for the draft tonight, Esfand. And I've been studying.
Oh.
I've got takes.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Hot takes.
Hot takes.
Some a little colder than others, but definitely a lot that are hot. I've been talking to Will and you about it.
So tell us your hottest take of the draft.
Oh, God. Well,
so Austin,
the hottest of the take that I have of the draft is nobody gets picked. That's the hottest take.
The draft actually
It doesn't even get started. It gets postponed. That's the hottest take. No.
Interesting.
My hottest take of the draft, Svan, is that and it has to do with my team, the Minnesota Vikings, but also it has to play in to a lot of these storylines in the draft, and a lot of them surrounding quarterbacks. The Minnesota Vikings, as everybody know, lost Kirk Cousins to the Atlanta Falcons. Mm-hmm. They need a quarterback. Some of the names that have been floated, J.J. McCarthy, Drake May. I think this is how it could play out. The Vikings have the 11th pick. I think there's a chance JJ is off the board by 11. The Vikings don't trade up, and they get Bo Nix at number 11.
Ooh.
Could
so the
be,
Oregon guy wants the Oregon quarterback.
Yeah, Oregon guy wants the Oregon quarterback. I think it's a possibility. We'll have to see how it plays out. It's a hot take. Not sure how it's going to go. But I think more than likely indications are that the Vikings are looking to trade up to get J.J. McCarthy. I know they would move heaven and earth if they could get to number 3 and pry away number 3 from the Patriots, who are holding on to that pick. I don't think that they got what it takes, but we'll see. We'll see if they can put together a package and get into number 3 and take Drake May.
What do you think, Will?
Oh, baby, let me tell you, I came wearing Long Island's finest tuxedo because I'm ready to rep for the New York Jets. My take, hot take, I don't know if it's a hot take, but I think the Chargers are going to trade out of their draft position. It sounds like that door is wide open, but there are some other stories rumbling. San Francisco, some rumors around them moving Ayuk. Or possibly another receiver on their team to try and trade up and get someone that they're apparently interested in. Debo is the other receiver that's been mentioned potentially. That could be my hot moment.
You want to talk about a move?
I'm not sure it'll happen, but yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of very quarterback-needy teams jockeying for position for a pretty good quarterback draft, but
yeah. There's a lot of depth in this draft. A lot of depth at a few positions that we really haven't seen a whole lot of depth at in the last few years, namely quarterback, right? So we talked about the draft, or at least starting the draft, the hot takes. You guys, where's the camera? Right there. You guys have also had a chance to do your own mock draft over on draft.esfand.tv. So if you guys haven't gone to that website yet, draft.esfand.tv, we have giveaways attached. Just like last year, we're going to be giving away StarForge PCs. We got some giveaways from Cash App. We got giveaways from Twisted Tea, our sponsors. So check that out. We also have pick'ems. For the pick'ems presented by Cash App, one lucky winner with the most correct choices will receive $1,000 through their Cash App account, as well as a StarForge PC. We'll be doing StarForge PCs for both of those. So you're going to get the sponsor stuff, and of course, huge shout out to StarForge Systems. StarForge Systems is also providing us with PCs for our winners there.
I am very excited. For fans of teams that suck, this is like Christmas, right? Mm-hmm. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we have hope. If you're a fan of one of the teams in the top of this draft, chances are your team is bad. So you get this night, this opportunity to bank all your hopes on some God-delivered athlete to save your football team from the doldrums.
The Messiah.
The Messiah.
The Messiah is coming in to save the day.
And no matter how many times we've been through this before, we still have all the hope. We see Super Bowl, Vince Lombardi, dynasties being built in the draft. No matter how many times we've seen it before. I remember 2012, the Minnesota Vikings at 12 picked a man by the name of Christian Ponder. We thought we were going straight to the
top of the charts.
To the top of the charts. But it ended and fell apart within about 3 games.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't know. The Jets have never drafted a bust.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah, so some teams have the Messiah. Some teams have just the rapture just altogether. It's just the whole thing's getting, getting rocked. And those teams are usually the New York Jets.
I think the Minnesota Vikings are a close second.
I would throw the Raiders in there as well.
Actually, the Raiders
I would throw the Raiders in there as well.
In the context of just you and I, the Jets have had you've had more suffering perhaps than I have.
No one has suffered as deeply as the Jets.
Okay.
Yeah, can we actually take a look at the team needs for the New York Jets? Let's go ahead and pull up that New York Jets graphic.
I can just off the top of my head, the Jets need offensive line. The entire season hangs in the balance of a few 30-year-old plus ACLs. So any kind of offensive line help that they can get, maybe a flexible tackle who can play multiple positions, that's probably priority number 1. However, they're in a win-now mentality. You have some excellent pass catchers, a Romo Dunze if he slides, a Brock Bowers. I could see that wetting the whistle of the Jets, but I would be willing to bet the pick is either a pass catcher or an offensive lineman, barring some ridiculous twist of fate.
They may need a new Achilles, too.
Yeah.
They need a new Achilles as well.
Is that in the draft?
No.
Achilles?
Yeah, just literally.
Just like a blood boy.
Yeah,
Just someone who's willing to donate their...
Right.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what's so funny? We made a joke. We made a joke about this last year, and Will was talking about how Aaron Rodgers is going to get hurt immediately. So
it wasn't a joke. There was no joke.
It was not a joke.
I saw it coming.
Yeah, you were 100% right.
Listen, the definition of insanity is to repeat the same experiment and expect different results. The Jets are cursed, okay? God hates us.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. No.
Joe Namath sold his soul for a Super Bowl.
For the Jets.
And we're paying that debt.
I mean, look, it's just you gotta look. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you always lose.
I was sitting with Will when Kirk Cousins had the same injury.
I prognosed it within 3 seconds.
Within 3 seconds, he gets up. He says he's out for the season.
Yeah, I said.
And then briefly after that, he says he's going to Atlanta.
I was. Oh my God! The Bears have the first pick and the 9th pick, I believe. So
that's right.
They have 2 picks in the top 10, and there's a lot of excitement there, right? There's a lot of excitement there to get to see what the Bears are able to do with 2 top 10 overall picks. And
I think the Bears could make 2 franchise-changing picks here. I think.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, first overall, we're all in agreement. Caleb is your first guy off the board.
Yes.
There's a new QB in Chicago, and he wears nail polish. And I don't know how the Bears faithful are going to adjust to that, but I think he's an excellent athlete and will have a great career there. With the 9th pick, I could see the Bears tempted to take a pass catcher, a Romo Dunze again. The other move that I could see the Bears potentially doing, I could see a tackle. You got a new quarterback. Let's protect him. Let's get one of these maulers. Let's get a Talisi Funga and put him on the line and see how he does.
Yeah, no, I think that's great. I mean, and you talked about Talisi. It's the amount of O-line depth in this draft in general is wild.
Yeah.
I mean, specifically at tackle. A lot of times these days, when people are looking at top flight linemen, they kind of just automatically assign them to being a tackle, or specifically like a left tackle, usually, because that's the quarterback's blind side.
I think the wild card of all the O-line picks is Olu Fashanu, because he's a Penn State guy who was projected as a first-round pick last year if he came out of college, and he kind of only hurt his stock by staying in college and having not as great a year last year. But he's still an amazing talent. He's young, and it's going to be interesting where teams evaluate him.
Incredible athlete, quick feet. It's going to be exciting to see. It is going to be very, very exciting to see. You know what else is going to be exciting to see?
What's that?
Cash App cards I'm about to show you.
Oh, baby.
Yes.
Oh, man. Don't even get me started on these bad boys.
Yeah. Cash App, other than being an easy and safe way to send and receive money, Cash App also offers a free customizable debit card that comes equipped with premium perks and exclusive offers, all with no hidden fees. We actually ordered our own, and we have them to show you guys for today's show. There you go. Yeah, you guys
Take a look.
Yeah, you guys can go and you guys can customize these things directly on the app. So huge shout out to Cash App for sponsoring today's show. Boom, there's mine. Do we have a zoom in anywhere? We can show these off.
And we see right now the beautiful Detroit Motor City. We're having the national anthem sung. Ladies and gentlemen, the draft is in Michigan. Our first debate of the evening, guys, and we'll cover this before we get into it. We're all pretty sure the first draft off the board is going to be Caleb. Now, the second pick off the board is going to be a quarterback, but what quarterback is it going to be? Who's headed to Washington, D.C.? Is it Drake May? Or is it the other guy out of LSU?
Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels and Drake May are two different types of quarterbacks. Jaden Daniels, a little bit more athletic, a little bit more of a runner. He's one of those guys who you'll see a lot more movement in and out of the pocket, get him out on rollouts, short passing game, all that. I mean, he's got a good arm too, don't get me wrong. He almost reminds me a little bit of a Donovan McNabb in terms of the way that he moves. He can run if he needs to. A lot of West Coast passing. He does have a big arm, but that's how I see him translating to the NFL. Now, somebody like a Drake May, on the other hand, he's more athletic, so it's not a great comparison, but he's got such a big arm. I look at him as more of a Matthew Stafford type of quarterback. Big arm, cannon, a little bit loose. He's got a fire hose out there, but this guy is, he's a little bit more athletic than Matthew Stafford is. And that's really what's happening with all quarterbacks nowadays. All quarterbacks are getting more and more athletic.
It's interesting you say McNabb about Daniels, because while his play style might be similar, his physique, it couldn't be more dissimilar.
Well, here's
he
the
is
thing.
a very slight QB, and I think that is his main knock. Now, I think he will be the second overall pick to Washington, and then the Patriots are going to trip over their erections to get to the booth and slam the board for Drake May, because that's their guy, right? That's a lunch pail guy. That's a grinder. He looks like he plays lacrosse. That is a Patriots quarterback.
Okay.
I think that'll be 1, 2, 3.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What happens if Washington takes Drake May? All of a sudden, Jaden Daniels is sitting there on the board at 3. Are the Patriots, is that pick number 3 become less valuable? Are the Vikings or the Giants or the Raiders, does that become more affordable?
I still think the Patriots would take a QB, and I still think they would take Daniels. I think they would just flip, not because of the fact that there's a new coach in New England, but rather that the owner, Bob Kraft, is QB hungry right now.
Oh, I bet.
He's excited to get his next TB12 or whatever's going to put butts in seats, and I think he's pushing them to take a QB. I don't think J.J. McCarthy would push up that high. Never say never, you know?
You have to look at a world, okay? Imagine yourself being in a world where you have not only your franchise QB, but arguably the best player of all time at quarterback for like 20 years, just about. You go from that to the mess that the Patriots have had the last couple of years.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting our first breaking news. The Patriots, right now, there's a rumor, Patriots are looking to trade out, and their target is Brandon Ayuk.
Oh, interesting. Wait, now which trade partner would that make?
San Francisco.
Why does San Francisco want to go up the eye?
I mean, San Francisco needs a trade partner. Maybe that's the only one in that range that they can make a deal with.
I'll do you one better. What if we had a top 10 talent on the line right now, ready to speak to us?
I would love that.
I wouldn't believe you, Esfand.
Ladies and gentlemen, Byron Murphy is joining us on the line. The top defensive tackle in the NFL draft is joining us on the line right now. Byron, how's it going, man?
It's going great, man.
Yeah, it's good to see you, man. You're up in Dallas right now?
Yeah, I'm in Dallas.
You're in Dallas getting ready. So you're doing a party, a little like family gathering. You're up in DeSoto, is that right? DeSoto Eagles, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There you go. Yeah,
Yes,
so I'm from
sir.
Dallas
Yes,
too.
sir.
So I remember DeSoto. You want to talk about an NFL factory? Byron is in a long list of amazing NFL talent that's come out of DeSoto High School over the years, and then over at the University of Texas. All you guys probably already know. So how do you feel, dude? Your life is literally about to change in the next hour.
Man, I mean, it's a dream come true, you know. Man, I'm really just soaking it all in, man. Really, really blessed, man. Just, thank God that I'm able to live out my dream.
You've been getting ready for the draft for, pretty much since your last snap, right? It's been like, okay, draft time. We got to start training, got to start getting ready. Is there anything when you were getting ready for the draft that was anything that was particularly difficult for you? Maybe not even physically, but just getting ready to leave college and go to the NFL?
I didn't have any problem with that. Like, the hard part was the physical part, was training, and the hardest part I was training for was the 3-cone drill. That was the hardest one. The 3-cone. Yeah, the 3-cone and the 5-10-5. It take a lot of technique. It's not all about speed. It's really just technique. That's all it is when it comes to those drills. So them the hardest things for sure.
Yeah, no, 100%. You know, when you get signed, when you get that draft, got a big signing bonus. Are you gonna spend it or are you gonna save it? What are you?
I'm gonna save it.
You're saving it? Hey, smart man. Smart man.
I'm gonna save it. Sure.
There you go. There you go. Good shit, dude. Good shit. So, do you? Have you been? You're here at DeSoto, University of Texas. This is a guy that this combination of size and speed and everything else.
Yep.
It's surprising to me that you're saying the 3-cone is probably the most difficult thing for you, but it is that technique that you're talking about. Because when you're out on the field, you can't even tell. Yeah, you're just out there. You're just tearing through people.
I'm not going to ask you who you want to play for because, it could be anybody and all these teams are great. Who are you most excited to play against? If there was one athlete that you're excited to bang pads with, maybe a quarterback you're looking forward to hitting, who would that be?
Man, I'm trying to play against like Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. I want the best of the best.
Yeah.
I want all the best quarterbacks, so I'm coming for them all. So, I want
There you go. Your first sack in the NFL, you got to make sure somebody gets a picture of it, and you got to frame that. Make sure it's framed right there in the living room. Are you on the phone right now? Are you calling on the phone? Look, show us the fit. What do you got? What's the draft day fit?
Man, so I got the Gucci. First, let me show you the team.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I got the watch.
You got the watch? Hell yeah.
Gucci. Got the Gucci shirt on. Let me flip the camera, show y'all I don't know if y'all can see, but Gucci shoes.
Oh, man.
There you go.
Yeah. Shoes, my goodness.
Looking good.
Yeah, that's how I came today.
Looking good.
Thank you.
Looking good. So, okay, be honest with me, okay? Because I say people do this and nobody believes me. I was at SMU. I worked at SMU for a bunch of years, right? So I know how these guys do things. You're going to your draft party. Do you have a bunch of hats lined up, ready to go? Hey, whoever picks you are ready to have a hat. See, nobody believes me. These guys are ready. It's like, hey, look, they got the hats, and look, whoever drafts you, you just grab one. It's like, hey, I was ready the whole time. I knew they were gonna draft.
Yep. I already got all the hats there. I'm ready to go.
Yeah. Do you have who's your favorite team growing up?
Favorite team, man. My favorite team was Seattle Seahawks, like the Legion of Boom era.
Oh yeah.
Chancellor, Russell, Marshall, yeah.
There you go. There you go. Good stuff. So you got your favorite team in about an hour is going to be whoever's paying you, right?
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Well, all right, man. We don't want to keep you too long.
Yeah, we know.
Phone's going to be ringing off the hook here in about an hour. We wish you the best, and we hope you go somewhere awesome, man. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming on, Byron. So don't be a stranger. We'll see you around, man. Good luck.
Thank you. Take care.
Yes, sir.
All righty, we'll see you.
We got to go to our first major story already.
Okay.
Breaking. Confirmed. The Eagles are signing superstar wide receiver A.J. Brown to a 3-year, $96 million extension.
Oh, my gosh.
A.J. Brown is staying in the city of brotherly love. Huge
Big deal.
extension.
Big deal.
Puts a lot of pressure on the Vikings
96
organization.
million?
96
For 3 years.
million.
That is wild. So again, Chad, that was Byron Murphy. Huge shout out to Byron Murphy. He has a Twitch account, Byron Murphy 90. This guy is going to be absolutely incredible. He is my top defensive tackle of the draft.
Where do you have him going in the draft?
So his position it's interesting. I think he could end up in Chicago at 9. I think it depends on if the Bears have a receiver available that they want to take. In my mock draft, as with every mock draft that ever occurs, no matter how smart you think you are, you're not. I do think there is a world where Adunze is still on the board, maybe Malik Neighbors is still on the board, and I think the Bears take them. But if they don't, if they're not on the board, I think he could go at 9. I think in my mock, you can see it on the board right there, I think I had him at 15, which is...
That's where I have him.
That's where you had him too?
To the Colts.
To the Colts. I think he'd be a great addition.
You know what I know about the Patriots also. They love white dudes. They love white dudes in New England. That's why they want a Drake May or a J.J. McCarthy. Let's keep it a buck.
Well, actually, what's probably going to happen is they're going to take Cooper DeJean with their third pick instead.
Yeah.
The first white corner in the
first
NFL.
white corner
20 years.
NFL, let's go, baby.
We're going to take Cooper DeJean with the third overall pick. Dude, I'm telling you, oh man, that's a whole thing. It'll be it'll be great to see. Actually, can we go ahead and pull up Caleb Williams' draft profile? This is the guy who we think is going to be the first overall pick.
Well, I'll tell you about Caleb Williams. He's 6'1", stands 214 pounds. He has hyper elite composite arm strength with a 90th percentile arm strength and elasticity. He's a special play creator with a great sense in the pocket and ability to get out of tight situations. He's an off-script assassin with rare leverage and processing ability and above-average motor.
And he had a passer rating last year of 117.4 out of in 12 games that he played, and threw for 3,647 yards. I don't really know what his big-time throw rate because I don't have a subscription to Pro Football.
There you go.
So
I can't tell you any more information, folks.
Here's the big thing with Caleb Williams. Whenever I was going back and I was watching some of his film, his Thor power is incredible. I mean, this guy has it's like a lightning is coming out of his hands whenever he's throwing the football. Great arm strength, but also something in particular that I think is pretty impressive. He has like a switch that flips in his head where he goes from pocket passer, poise, just confidence in the pocket through the roof. But when it flips, he's like, okay, we're playing backyard football.
Yep.
He goes from the Peyton Manning statue just stand there ready to go to Johnny Manziel start running around in the backfield. But I will say this. One of the things that I've noticed with him is that he does have a tendency, instead of going and, hey, look, we gotta take what we can get or whatever, he's kind of looking downfield all the time. It's, I think, his biggest strength, but also his biggest weakness, because sometimes he's trying to eat the whole cake at once. He's trying to score every play, which is incredibly exciting, but there's some downsides to that where you have an opportunity to end up screwing yourself, basically. You take a sack, you throw an interception, something like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the commissioner is on the stage.
Here he is, baby.
Oh, here it is. Here we go. Oh, Eminem
is coming out to announce the pick.
Oh, hell yeah.
Here we go. Out in Detroit,
smokes.
Michigan.
Are they going to bring him out again when Detroit picks?
I think that's what's happening right now.
Well, Detroit's not picking.
Oh, they're kicking off the
or
draft.
what if Detroit traded? We don't know yet.
Oh,
And he
yeah,
links it.
wait if
No.
Detroit's at number one.
No, I think they just brought him in as a guest for the first pick. So
Maybe he's a musical performance. Well, the draft is in Detroit, so.
yeah, the draft is in Detroit.
Do you think they'll
So
bring
it's
him
always
out
a
for every
performance.
pick?
No.
I think
At least Detroit's pick.
I think regardless, I think he'll just show up probably.
Right.
He'll just walk out.
Got it, yeah. He's Eminem.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude! I just had a realization.
What?
They had Eminem walk out with Roger Goodell, so Roger Goodell didn't get booed.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
They probably had every year, dude. You gotta feel bad for Roger Goodell at a certain point because it's like the guy, even with nothing else being said, the guy, he walks out and people start booing him.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you can't boo Slim Shady. You can't boo Eminem. So let's have Eminem walk out with him for the first overall pick.
Oh, Amon-Ra's coming out.
Let's bring them all out. There's no booing.
Yeah.
Let's see. Man, they're milking this pick, man.
It's not even the pick. He just has to put him on the board or on the clock.
Yeah, have they not started?
No.
Oh, it is on. It is official.
All right. The draft doesn't begin with this pick, in my opinion. We got to get this one out of the way,
I don't
and
know.
then the drama will start.
Who knows?
Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, the clock is gone. The pick is in. First pick of the 2024 draft. We are all anticipating will be a quarterback headed to Chicago, but will we be shocked with this first pick? Let us see moments away.
Let's see it.
Got to be Caleb Williams.
What if they don't pick Caleb Williams? Everybody's mock draft
Just burnt. Here it is.
Oh, the pick is in.
Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams is our first overall pick of the draft. There it is to the Chicago Bears. There we go. Good stuff. We all saw it coming.
Listen, I said months ago, this was the guy. I said this when Fields was still starting, and people said, no, we like Fields. I think he's just too generational a talent. Too many authorities are in consensus that this guy can play. I think that this is now where the draft starts.
Oh, yeah.
We all knew this was going to be the pick. You could set your watch to this one. But what happens in Washington is where the drama starts. Who's going to be number 2? Let's get into it.
Everybody had this pick written in.
Yeah.
Everybody knew it was going to be Caleb Williams. People have known it's going to be Caleb Williams for the last 2 years. Right. As long as there was a team at first overall that needed a quarterback, he's the guy. Now, to your point, it is going to be incredibly interesting to see who takes this pick, who the Commanders take, who Washington takes with this pick, and how the Patriots react to it.
So if they don't go quarterback here, you think they're going quarterback regardless. You just don't think it could be either Drake May.
I would be shocked if this wasn't a quarterback.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the pick is in. Jaden Daniels, number 2 overall to the Commanders, is a lock. It's done. My sources are telling me the pick is locked in.
Well, stop spoiling it, okay? Because we didn't hear about it.
Spoiling it? I'm trying to beat the other broadcast.
I know, but we got to wait for the show.
You don't have to wait for anything. We're getting the picks in, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first. Jaden Daniels is headed to Washington.
Hey, you know who's not heading to Washington? Is Ludwig.
Hi, Ludwig.
Hey, Ludwig. How are you?
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Welcome to the broadcast, Ludwig. How are you?
Dude, how are you, man? You doing good?
I'm doing all right. It's draft night for the Patriots. First time without Bill Belichick basically in my life.
Yeah. So how does that feel? Are you scared? Are you a little bit you don't have your comfort coach? I would be.
I've always hated how Bill Belichick has drafted. Not because it's not good. It's just never been fun to watch.
Okay. Well, there's a good likelihood that Drake May is your new quarterback in New England. Now, we all know he can throw the ball, but do you think in the future he'll be able to kiss his son on the mouth like Tom Brady does?
It's a great question, Will. Yeah, those intangibles are kind of what the Pats look for on a pro day.
Right.
They get all the guys out there, bunch of kids. Robert Kraft, he's in and out of getting hayjays. You know how it is over in New England. So we'll see how it goes. Just looking for a solid guy, a lot of fundamentals in those intangibles.
Do you think it's going to be a quarterback, or do you think that the Patriots shock the world right now and take Marvin Harrison Jr. and get themselves the best pass catcher in the draft?
Look, I would be shocked, mouth open, if they drafted a quarterback. I don't think they're drafting a quarterback.
Really?
Honestly, I think they're going to trade down. I think they're going to trade down.
Make it exciting.
They're going to find, somebody who really wants a quarterback. They don't want the third best quarterback in the draft. They're going to trade down. They're going to find a higher pick.
All right, my pick was confirmed. I broke it before the TV did. Jaden Daniels is your new QB in Washington, which my predictions have all been correct so far.
Good.
I think Drake May is headed to New England, baby.
Ludwig, what leads you to believe that they're not going to take a quarterback?
Look, the only reason you pick a quarterback third is if you really believe in that quarterback. But I feel like the third quarterback off in 3 picks, you're not really getting the guy you wanted, right? Am I crazy to say that?
I don't know that. For me, I think Caleb was number 1, and the next 2 quarterbacks were 2A and 2B. I think there are different things to like about both of them, and I think Bob Kraft he wants to sell jerseys right now, which he wants a new quarterback in New England.
Does
he wants a guy to, Ludwig, you think people are lining up for Mac jerseys right now?
No.
Okay.
But look, they can print.
Fantastic.
Keep printing these puppies.
Oh, yeah.
Just
They'll
keep
be selling those for
printing
years.
Buy them all day. Just reprint them.
Dude, that is, that's a classic. Wait, how long have you had that one?
Fucking love Tom Brady. That's a signed Tom Brady jersey. I've had that for 4 years. 3 or 4. 3 or 4
Ludwig,
years.
have you watched a game since Tom Brady left the Patriots?
I've watched him on Red Zone. Actually, not even, because they're not there. I watched him get scored on Red Zone.
There you go. You've seen the defense on Red Zone.
I've seen the defense on Red Zone. Not bad. But honestly, look, I think today we are going to find the Patriots, is my guess. They're going to get somebody, either a lineman. Probably it's going to be a lineman. They're going to pick a lineman.
Ooh,
today.
he's
They're
saying
gonna trade down,
lineman.
pick a lineman.
Okay.
You think they're going to trade down and pick a lineman? Now, out of those tackles that are on the board, which one would you be most excited about if you had any preference between Talisi Fuaga, Joe Alt out of Notre Dame, blue-collar guy, lunch pail guy, legacy guy like Marvin Harrison Jr. out of Father in the NFL? Do you think that's your guy?
And it's good good that you asked me because I know so many men of the line.
Well,
they seem like an alt group.
You're telling me that. Yeah, I remember Lud actually was messaging me about this. He said, man, you know, Joe Alt would be great for the Patriots if they decide to go tackle.
Ladies and gentlemen, my sources just broke it to me. Drake May is your new quarterback in New England. 3rd overall. Will's right again, baby. We have a new pass thrower in New England. I beat the TV by 5 minutes, baby.
Spoiling the pick.
Quit spoiling the pick.
I had a take to give, and you spoiled it.
Sorry, we got to be prompt, folks. We got to beat the reports.
You're going to piss everyone off.
This is what I
chat is so mad. Fuck you guys.
What, Ludwig? Go ahead.
More exciting picks in. I was going to say is what I predicted coming in. Belichick's out. We got more exciting picks coming in. I said they were going to pick Drake May. I hope he learns a lot from Bailey Zappi because I think we should give Zappi another couple years to teach him the ways.
You still want Bailey Zappi as your starting quarterback right now. To me, this pick was obvious because the Patriots aren't going into their season with Jacoby Brissett. It's just not going to happen. And Bailey Zappi is not the guy. So, new coach, you want your guy. They were going quarterback all the way. It's locked. It's Drake May.
I mean, I think
it's so early, by the way. I'm watching the draft on TV. It's not even.
I got guys in Detroit.
I got bros in
You got
Atlanta.
man on the ground? There's a delay on the stream?
Oh, probably. So they can, they bleep out everything.
Damn.
Is it official?
It's official. Drake May.
Drake May. It is official once again. Drake May. That is the guy. So on our mock drafts, Will, you had the first 3 pegged this way. So did you. I did as well when we did our pre-show, and I decided to flip it.
You decided to go with.
I was like, let's just take a shot in the dark. So I don't think it's going to make a big difference for our mock drafts, but I think at this point, this is whenever things get up there. I think we all had Marvin Harrison in the 4th.
I think it is crazy that chat thinks I am spoiling the picks. That's not how draft coverage works. You want to be the first one to have these picks out. Unless you guys don't. I can
we're just doing the show. We're just doing the show. So
that's if we can let Will give the pick, but then we sync the graphics with the noise and the music, then I think we'd all be happy. Is that right, chat? Perfect. Okay.
So the big thing with Drake May, this is a prospect who is all about the measurables. This is a guy about 225 pounds, 6'4". 6'4.5", I believe. He's a little bit younger. I think he came out as a redshirt sophomore. Big arm. Big arm. Good accuracy. He's somebody who I think is a little bit more of a loose cannon, and I think that might need a little bit more. Something that we're talking about with the Patriots here, and Ludwig knows this as well as anybody. I think they didn't have a single receiver that had over 600 yards this last year, I believe. So he's going to need some help. This guy's going to need some help, and he's not going to be able to do it alone. It's going to take him some time to get in there, but he is going to be a phenomenal player for a long time.
It's the Patriots' highest draft pick in 31 years, and last time they had a draft pick in the top 3, they picked Drew Bledsoe, who didn't win a Super Bowl but was a hell of a quarterback, so I'm excited for it.
The next pick is in, but I won't say anything.
I will. It's Marvin Harrison Jr. Marvin Harrison Jr., ladies and gentlemen.
Everybody knows
Cardinals,
it.
Marvin Cardinals Jr. All right? Just like we all knew. We all knew it. We all knew it was coming.
Everybody knows the Cardinals, as soon as they heard Drake May, they had their card ready. They're like, hey, call him.
4 baby. Let's go.
Marvin Harrison.
Perfect in the draft so far.
Well, me too.
Yeah, let's go,
I'm
baby.
4 for 4.
Let's get it. The best pass catcher in the draft is headed to Arizona, and man, Kyler Murray has a weapon.
Here's a question. Does Kyler Murray have any excuses?
None.
And it's official.
I do.
Marvin Harrison Jr. Is that our pick?
That's the pick.
That's the pick, ladies and gentlemen. Marvin.
There we go. It is official. It is official. Marvin Harrison Jr. is our pick from Ohio State. Now, Marvin Harrison Jr., the son of the great Marvin Harrison.
Marvin Harrison.
Legendary wide receiver, Hall of Famer,
Colts.
one of the best receivers of all time, paired with Peyton Manning for many, many years. Look, everybody says, hey, is this our Larry Fitzgerald? Is this our new Larry Fitzgerald? Is he going to be here for 10, 12, 15 years and playing at a high level?
This dude.
I think he could be. His dad was that guy.
Ball. This dude can ball. He was special in college. He made really good defenders look pretty average. Everything about him as an athlete is pretty incredible. I think he's probably the safest pick in the draft thus far in terms of him panning out. I think the Cardinals really got themselves a player right here.
I mean, this guy is my player comparison for this guy. Julio Jones. I think he's a Julio Jones type of receiver. Big body, great speed, unbelievable body control and route running just like his father, but he's physical. It's almost like he's like his dad, but bigger.
Now, the next pick
is the Chargers, baby.
the Chargers.
And this
Now-
is where I anticipate you might see some movement.
Yes.
The Chargers have been on the phones. Everybody says that they are wide open for a trade. They are a revolving door. If anybody can come up with the real estate, they are looking to trade down. This is where we might see some big time drama. If they stay,
You can see the Vikings move up into this spot. They've been talking about potential opportunities to do so. This is a great one at 5 if they want to grab J.J. McCarthy. I don't think that they're going to. I think that the Vikings are going to stay at 11 and wait to see who falls to them.
Yeah. No, I mean, we were talking a lot about movement. Ludwig's got to move on out of here, too. Ludwig is busy. Ludwig's got some stuff he's got to do.
thank you, Ludwig.
So,
We love you, bud.
Lud, thanks a ton for coming on, man.
Congratulations on the new quarterback.
Yes. Look, the new era is here. You have another 20 years of success. No, Lud.
We will
Oh, the
win
fade
again.
out. Bye, Ludwig.
Bye. Bye.
I'm nervous, Will, because you have sources on the ground and you've heard nothing to this point.
I've heard nothing to this point.
Tells me they're on the phone.
Well,
They could be making a trade.
I think they might be locked in. I don't know if they found a partner, which, I mean, really is going to be a shakeup for the rest of this draft.
It looks like the pick
There's
is coming
no
down
way.
the wire.
There's no way. Hold on. This might be an absolute shakeup.
Uh-oh.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Somebody said it's Bo next.
It's Bo Nick.
No. I'm seeing another name. If
my
this
new
is
mom.
Brock Bowers,
Change it
this
for a
is
trade.
insane.
Oh, no. There's no way. Hold on. Let's hold. Let's see. I mean, there's no way. I mean, they could take... Honestly, dude, Brock Bowers is a hell of a pass catcher. He's a great receiver. I mean, this is like a Rob Gronkowski type of guy. Malik Neighbors, the receiver.
Oh, okay.
We'll see.
The pick is in. Do you guys want me to let you know?
Hold. Production is going to get the pick. When production gets the pick, we will know.
Joe
Alt.
Notre Dame.
Joe Alt. Okay. O-line it is.
So I gotta be honest. I am surprised by this pick because the Chargers have Rashawn Slater as a left tackle already.
Okay.
And he has been really, really good.
Yeah, Rashawn
So
Slater, really good.
you have to assume that either they're going to take Joe Alt, who has only played left tackle, and move him to right tackle, move Rashawn Slater to right tackle, and put Joe Alt as your left tackle. It's very interesting in my opinion, but obviously Joe Alt, the most complete tackle in the draft, just a guy that I don't know if he can play on the right side of the line. What's up?
Random breaking news from Adam Scheffner. Recent weeks, the Vikings reached out to the Chargers to see if they had any interest in trading QB Justin Herbert.
Wow.
Which tells me that
There
the
was
Vikings,
that crazy rumor.
The Vikings aren't super hot on anybody that is currently available.
Yeah.
And which confirms my other philosophy or other theory that the Vikings are not going to trade up. They're going to stay right at 11 and see what falls to them.
You know what I'm really hot on right now? Our next guest, Matt Leinart, is going to be joining us
Oh my
alongside
goodness.
Bridget Case. They're doing their own show just down the road. Hello.
I think he was.
Can you guys hear us?
Oh,
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
hear you, but slightly.
yeah. This is Matt Leinart. He had some plastic surgery done in the last couple months. And we probably saw that he had a hip replacement.
You hear me?
Came out of the hospital.
Just
and
got back from Cabo.
You like
Great.
Like, yeah,
Wow.
Came just back from Cancun. You
Yeah.
know. Like went with all the losers of last year. Not that you're a loser, but
Oh
like
no,
you know.
sometimes you
everyone-
gotta go. You gotta
right.
go on fishing.
So,
It's the filter. It's the new filter on the
so,
phone, right?
I mean, yeah, exactly. So Esfand, I mean, this is the new Matt Leinart. So.
Oh, very good. Very good.
yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
No, it's great seeing you guys.
It's Steed.
What y'all got going on over there, Matt?
Esfand's here, yeah.
Let me see.
Is Matt? Yeah.
We're getting them.
No, it's all
One
good.
now. And then, and Esfand played football at SMU and is one of the best creators out there on the wild world. Of
No, you're
He's
no.
like
One of the
he's like a
best
big-
is not
he's
good enough. I'm the
football
best.
Jesus.
Yeah, the best. The best. Yeah, not one of. It's the best.
Dion Jr. went to SMU. That's my brother.
And then
Oh,
we got
wait, really?
Mojo
Yeah, I
Break
know-
here,
yeah, I
the
know
best
Dion.
heartbreakers in the biz.
Yeah, Bucky. That's my brother.
Yeah, there you go.
Too kind.
No, it's great seeing you guys.
So, yeah. So I'm, you know what? It's fine. I know I'm a basic B, but I really wanted a receiver here. It's fine, whatever.
Not that that was
gonna happen.
But Notre Dame is like the factory of linemen, right? I mean, that's
we
guys,
are so bad at keeping linemen healthy. It's not even funny.
I have an interesting question for you guys. What do you think the Chargers are going to do with Rashawn Slater now that they have Joe Alt?
Sorry.
What do you think the Chargers are going to do with Rashawn Slater now that they have Joe Alt?
Rashawn Slater, Joe Alt.
Oh, here comes Matt.
Oh, Matt's coming too.
Oh, Matt's coming too. Okay. And we have we might get 2 picks in here. They got a little bit of a delay. It's all good. But
the pick is in.
Yeah, we're gonna have the Giants pick coming in here as well.
Hey, production, are you ready for this next pick? It's in.
Yeah, they called it already.
Neighbors goes.
I gotta be honest, guys. I don't see J.J. McCarthy going top 10.
I don't either. But all the mock drafts.
Me too.
Have you seen them? Like,
He threw for 70 yards in the championship game.
Ladies and gentlemen, the pick is in.
Oh, and there it is.
Giants take a pass catcher as well. Another correct prediction for me. Malik Neighbors is headed to New York, baby.
Malik Neighbors is our next pick, man. Malik Neighbors, I mean, this is their guy who, my comparison for Malik Neighbors was Antonio Brown.
He is good.
He is an Antonio Brown, early stages of Antonio Brown with Malik Neighbors, early shades of Antonio Brown, I should say. And, I mean, they're looking for their new Odell Beckham. It's been years since they've had that guy.
New Odell, new Plexico in New York, and he's young. He's only 20 years old, so they got a lot of real estate with him.
What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going? Can you guys hear me?
Sorry, man. We got a lot of people talking. Yeah, what's going on, dude?
No, it's all good.
I got you.
So, Matt, I got to ask. We started with the Chargers, and we had some questions about the Chargers and who they decided to pick, right? They went with Joe Alt. I mean, Matt Leinart, longtime quarterback in the NFL, storied career over at USC alongside Reggie Bush, who just got his Heisman back. I've seen you on all over Twitter, excited about that.
Yep.
So having one of your brothers out there getting his, what's the phrase called? Is it just desserts? Is that the phrase? Yeah. Yeah, getting your Heisman. So
Big neighbor just went.
I'm with this. Now, I got to be honest. I've never been more this. I wanted him the next pick. I'm a Titan.
Oh, okay.
So I can't lie. I'm sad. They should have took J.J. McCarthy to the Giants.
J.J. McCarthy is not even a top 7
Oh,
pick.
my bad. As long as they didn't take
honestly,
Malik.
you know what is embarrassing? Like, Daniel Jones is your quarterback. I can't.
Oh, my God.
just the shade.
Off the top rope.
The shade.
Mojo, the best in the business, hands down. Thank you, guys. Shout out
Are
to
we
Del
really
Duncan
delayed?
for
Is that what's going on?
my guy Del.
So I gotta ask, Matt, in your position as a quarterback.
Yeah, I got you.
So
Yep.
if you're Justin Herbert, right, put yourself in his shoes, would you have rather had a receiver or would you have rather had some help on the O-line with them going Joe Alt? Because I said I thought they would go O-line, but I know a hell of a lot of other people were going receiver at that fifth spot.
I think sometimes when you're building it all, I mean, it's just the unsexy pick, right? I mean, but when you get a tackle like that, I mean, look at Penei Sewell for the Lions, right, a couple years ago.
Go Ducks.
Like, you get a staple like that can block his backside for the next 12, 14 years. Like, that is extremely valuable in the league. I get the you want the flash and you want the guy on the outside, and obviously the Chargers got rid of Keenan Allen.
Did you last 14 years in the league?
I did not. Mike Williams gone, Keenan Allen's gone. They still have Quentin Johnson, who, you know, I think
he can make plays.
In college.
He makes plays.
He might have one of those years where he bounces back.
Okay.
But and I think the biggest thing with the receivers nowadays is, like, you can find a lot of receivers in the second, third, fourth round. You know what I mean? So, like, getting a tackle that can solidify your line for the next 10 years, and especially Jim Harbaugh, who's, you know, balanced, likes to run the ball, likes to be physical.
It's a beast.
I think it's a very safe, easy pick and a surefire pick.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's great to hear.
Because they want Malik Neighbors, or they want one of these flashy guys. But you
got to take what's going to be best for the team.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're the quarterback expert.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I want to hear what you have to say.
No, I was just gonna say, sometimes, I mean, I know, like, taking linemen, like, especially for fans, for team, when you take a lineman, you're like, oh my God. But, like, you guys, I mean, O-line, D-line, I mean, it's the most cliched thing to say in football, but, like, it all starts up front. When you have a solidified tackle or a guard that can plug and play for the next 10, 12 years, I mean, that goes a long way, man. I'm telling you. For sure.
Well, that was one of the things that I say this all the time. I feel like as you get older, like you go through the different levels of football, starting with like pee-wee to middle school, high school, college, and then the NFL. It's like the closer you are to the football, like as far as like the line of scrimmage where the ball is snapped, it's almost like that's where the game is won more and more. Like you can go in like high school and middle school and you just have like a freak who's faster than everybody, right? And he just runs past everyone or whatever. But championships are won in the trenches.
I mean, and you look at college. I mean, there's a lot of flash now. Offenses are scoring more points than ever. That's trickling into the NFL just because, one, a lot of rules, too, are favoring the offensive players. But also the talent, too, the talent level. A lot of it, they're throwing the ball more, but it does start. It starts young. You look at college. I mean, like, right, the SEC's been dominant, the Big Ten. What separates them from some of their teams is the guys up front. That's where it all starts. So you can have all the flash you want. You can have some of these, like Mahomes and once-in-a-lifetime guys that they can change the game personally because they are so good.
Yeah.
But that comes around once in a lifetime. You got to start up front, and you build from there back. They always say, like in defense, you want to build from inside to outside interior up front, and then you build back, right? Because you get a good pass rush, your DBs make plays. As we're watching the emotions, right, guys? I know you guys are watching this, the emotions of the draft, man. This was I said it earlier, I love the reaction of the family and the kids getting drafted, man. It's freaking awesome.
Did you see the inside of his
Oh
my God.
What
did it say? It had all pictures of his highlights in there.
Yeah.
All his highlight plays.
That's great.
It would be cool to have a jacket like that, all with cards.
We need to go.
Hey, guys, we have our next pick locked in if you want to hear it. The Titans are drafting O-line J.C. Latham, 7th overall.
Great.
Alabama lineman is headed to Tennessee.
Where's that coming through? Are we in the future or something? Or?
Maybe we just got it a little bit earlier, but we just got J.C. Latham for the Titans.
What? Esfand, are you breaking news right now?
We are breaking news,
We're
baby.
breaking news here.
We got men on the floor.
So, yeah, the Titans got J.C. Latham.
Esfand, how you guys shocked with any picks so far? I feel like it's been pretty clean.
Pretty standard.
Well, I'll be honest. I did my mock draft. So we did a pre-show on Sunday, and I did my mock draft, and I was like, this is like, I don't know if there's going to be a lot of movement here. This has mostly been what was like predicted by a lot of people. So I redid my mock draft just for the heck of it. And I was like, I'm just going to start throwing stuff around. I flipped the 2 and the 3 pick. I mean, I got to go back and look at it now, what I even did. But
yeah, I think this draft has been right down the pipe.
Show y'all thought I was playing about Peter.
oh yeah, show us.
Chat, there's Wendell White. Holy shit, he was epic in 2004. Sorry.
Did you just curse?
Oh my
Let
God!
me see that
Hey, you can curse all you want on our show. This is Twitch.
Let me do that.
Right? Isn't that good?
That was my favorite lineman.
Isn't that
I swear to y'all, he was my favorite lineman, y'all.
Yeah.
good?
Dude, that is
You
great.
messed up, bro. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
hey, you guys. Hey,
He was a beast.
hey, you were back.
All right,
back.
so what do we got? We got the Titans. Pick is in. I got no idea. What Esfand, what it was. And all the mocks, who are the Titans picking?
We were supposed
I mean,
to
I
The
think
Titans were always on O-line. Whether or not they had Joe Alt slide to them was going to be the question. Peter Schrager actually had J.C. Latham, the first O-line off the board, but they ended up taking Joe Alt despite having Rashawn Slater on the left side of their line. I think they might flip those 2 tackles, so J.C. Latham ends up going to the Titans, but I think the Titans all along were looking at a lineman.
Yeah, that's what we got. We had J.C. Latham up there, and yeah, we're ahead of you guys.
You just sounded like an NFL insider right there, by the way.
Thank you. I've been watching a lot of coverage, sir.
Yeah, we got a whole lot going into this, which is great. I think I guess what we have is a little bit ahead of you guys.
You're in the future. Like, what?
I got shooters in Detroit.
Yeah,
they're on the ground.
We spoiled. I'm sorry.
Atlanta is all in with Kirk Cousins. Do we see them tempted, potentially taking a Romo Dunze and really buttressing their offense? I think they will stay defense. I think Dallas Turner is the pick. We have yet to see. We got 5 minutes on the clock for Atlanta.
Yeah, it's gonna be great to see what they pick. I think Atlanta is gonna go. I think Atlanta's gonna go pass rusher here.
Yeah. Esfand, I am sure that you have a lot more exciting people than us too to come.
Esfand, thanks for having us on, buddy.
Yeah, no,
Thank you so
absolutely.
much, guys. Have a great draft party.
I know we're close right now. Come over here and hang out with us afterwards.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I did have one more question.
Right.
Like, for you guys, what is one piece of financial advice you would give to first-time?
Derek gone.
Oh, there it is. Okay, they're already out. Okay, whatever. Cool. All right, it's all good. Yeah. It's all good.
So, hey, an NFL quarterback said I sounded like a draft analyst. How you like them apples?
It's all good.
That's
all good,
pretty good.
The storyline going into in the last few days that was kind of put to bed was that Atlanta was going to get hit with some tampering charge for the Minnesota Vikings.
I think they tampered.
Something.
I think
they did, and I think it'll hit them next year. But for now, they get to keep their pick for this year and don't get punished.
Listen,
is a shame.
My God in heaven, the first shocker of the draft. Ladies and gentlemen, strap in your seatbelts. Michael Penix Jr. is headed to Atlanta. They double down on quarterback. Big Penix energy is headed to the South. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't believe it.
Big Michael Penix Jr.
Way.
Yes, fucking way.
That is the biggest curveball. I thought they were going pass rusher 100%. So they made the blockbuster move of bringing in Kirk Cousins, and now they take Michael Penix
to develop him behind.
Kirk Cousins.
Further fuck the Vikings.
You stole my fucking
They
guy.
stole both of your quarterbacks.
My fucking guy.
The Vikings just went and gave Kirk Cousins a bag so heavy it could choke a donkey. And now they doubled down. Michael Penix, an old quarterback, the worst quarterback potentially to have to sit. The guy is almost 25 years old, but they must have fallen in love with Big Penix energy. I actually love this player.
I'm a big Penix guy. Yeah, big. Yeah,
You've always been a big.
I've always been a big fan of Penix.
I see in your posts that you kind of just always have had that Big Penix energy.
Big Penix energy. So here's the thing with Michael Penix, right? He does need some time to cook. He needs some time to develop. And I do think, to your point, maybe the Falcons see Michael Penix as a guy who's like, okay, we can bring this guy in now. We don't know what the quarterback situation is going to be in a couple years. We have a guy who has shown signs. He had the injury last year. I would say with Michael Penix, it's not a great comparison, but somebody else from a few years back who had a little bit of sloppy footwork. He was a left-handed quarterback. He was a bigger guy. Now Michael Penix he's not as big. Tim Tebow, okay?
I'm just saying. He's gonna be 28 by the time Kirk Cousins' contract is over.
I know, but
and on top of that, you got two quarterbacks that are injury prone. One that's on his last Achilles, and the other that's on his last ACL. They may have to draft a third quarterback.
Maybe.
In this draft.
They honestly
make sure they're secured.
So my point is here. They probably see this guy as somebody who, look, if we give him some time, we develop him a little bit, he can be a big time player. He has the tools, but he's just not refined.
No,
maybe they can slap them together and they can both use their good leg.
Well, they do like
that's true.
Like a three-legged sack race.
That's perfect.
Yeah, like a sack race.
No, Esfand, everything you're saying makes sense. It's just what Will and I are saying is he's going to be 30 by the time he sees the field.
Well, no, okay, listen, he's 24 now. Kirk Cousins is on a 3-year deal, if I'm not mistaken, which means that if Kirk plays out his contract,
he will.
He'll be 27.
He will.
Yeah. He sees the field.
Of course, Kirk is going to play out that contract. That's why he signed the damn contract.
I see what you're saying. He's going to be old, and then it might be too little, too late. Is what you think?
Okay, Kirk is on a 2-year deal, so 26. Chicago is on the board again right now. My expectation is that this is going to be Rome Odunze. You pair your quarterback with a wide receiver. Bingo, bango, bongo, we're all in, but this could be an offensive tackle as well. If it's not Rome Odunze, the Jets, they're getting rock hard. They're getting engorged. They're getting aroused because they are going to lock in Rome Odunze so fast it's going to make you go back to the future.
I'm telling you right now, Rome Odunze is also my pick at this point. I would say Rome Odunze 100%. And if you are the Jets, look, you got 1A and 1B. You got Rome Odunze, you have Brock Bowers.
Well, Svan, I want to tell you, you've been prophetic all night. And production, we're locked in. The pick is Rome Odunze to the Chicago Bears. Chicago has a new pass thrower and catcher. The tandem just landed in Chicago.
There it is.
Rome Odunze out of Washington is your new wide receiver.
There we go. We talked about it early on in the show. They're taking it right there. Wow, incredible. Incredible. Romo Dunze. Hey, if you're a Bears fan right now, like we talked about it earlier, that offense, they've got DeAndre Swift, they got DJ Moore. I mean, they got,
ladies and gentlemen,
they got some excitement. They got some juice.
They got a little
excitement in Chicago. But now I have to start my prayers to Macedonian Jesus.
Ah, of course.
Please, Joe Douglas. Please, Robert Saleh. There's so much talent on the board. You cannot fuck this up. Take a tackle. Take a wide receiver. Take Brock Bowers or trade out. For the love of God, we're all on our knees. Macedonian Jesus, please, please, please.
I'm hearing rumors that the Jets are looking at Bo Nix.
No!
At number 10.
Hey, you know, I don't think they're going quarterback, but look, could you imagine? Surprised. Let's take a look at Romo Dunze right here. We're taking a look at Romo Dunze. The thing with Romo Dunze that's so impressive is his body control.
Yep.
Right?
His body control.
He's big, fast.
Yep.
But it is phenomenal.
I think we could see a trade here. I think we could see a trade. I think the Jets, there's so much talent on the board. I think they could trade. I think they might be looking at a partner in Minnesota.
Wait, why are the Vikings trading? What are they giving up for this?
Hold on. Wait, did it just happen? Is there a trade in? Vikings are trading up to the Jets!
Oh, God.
The Vikings are trading up to the Jets!
Oh, God. Why would they trade up one pick?
Holy shit! Give us your second-round draft pick, you little bitch! Cough it up, Minnesota! Give us that second-round draft pick, you piece of shit!
They weren't going to take a quarterback, Minnesota. Why would you do that?
Yummy, JJ McCarthy!
Here's why
Here it comes, baby!
Here's why they do this. They trade up to make sure nobody else sneaks in front of them.
Oh, my God.
If they know they have their guy and the Jets are sitting pretty and they're like, hey, you know, they want to trade up. Hey, who are you taking?
What did we give up for that?
Okay, you're not taking our guy?
Put Vikings on the.
Wait, we don't know if this is for sure. We don't know if this is for sure. If the Jets traded.
Wait, we got 10 and 11?
Wait,
what? Yeah. You guys, wait, did we use our 23?
Wait.
What?
Wait, somebody said Vikings got 10 and 11?
The Jets traded down to 23? There's no way.
No, that's what somebody said in the chat. No, Jets get 11. No, they get 11.
No, okay. I almost shit in my
My source was chat, and that wasn't a good source.
Dude, I'm telling you, though, you know why we all immediately believed it? Why?
Right, it's JJ McCarthy. We know it's JJ McCarthy.
Jets.
Yeah.
Everybody believed that they were going to blow that one.
We know the Vikings are going to pick JJ McCarthy. They traded up because I think they probably felt some pressure from the Raiders.
Holy shit.
What did they give up for this?
Well, yeah, I need to know the compensation. I need to know the compensation.
It's probably just a little bit on top. And then this is what I would think.
Joe Douglas is him.
Well, I'm telling you, he probably just, hey, we know you're not going to take our guy. If we go down one spot, look, you guys get this. We didn't get another offer better than this. Take a little bit on top. The Vikings move up. They go take a quarterback maybe because they think, hey, we got our guy, whether it's a J.J. McCarthy, whether
if Joe Douglas got a second-round draft pick or a third-round draft pick to move one spot, he is him.
Oh, I mean, that would be incredible.
Oh, my God, here it is.
Don't say.
Jets receive pick 11, pick 129, and pick 157 for the Vikings to move up one pick. And production, take J.J. McCarthy, baby. There it is. We got a Wolverine in Minnesota, baby.
J.J. McCarthy. As a single tear goes down Austin Show's cheek, because he no longer has Bo Nix, the Oregon Duck, as his quarterback. Look, J.J. McCarthy is a baller, dude. He's a quarterback.
The thrill of victory.
Yeah.
The agony of defeat.
Look, dude, you got to be happy. Look, I know. Look, J.J. McCarthy, he's got it. Okay, he's gonna be good.
He won a natty.
I heard.
He won a natty.
He just wants his guy.
I need him to win a Super Bowl. Okay.
Crazy take.
Okay.
Crazy take. Do the Jets trade down again?
No.
With Oakland. Vegas.
Oh, yeah. But
that would be insane.
That would be hilarious. And you know what? Oakland they might be looking at quarterback too, for all we know. I mean, it's been a long time since we've seen quarterbacks just fly off the board like this. A very long time.
Okay,
so
the Jets just picked up 2 draft picks, which I think they might package to trade back into the second round. With that being said, I think the #1 evaluated tight end to be mocked since Pitts is going to go to New York. Aaron Rodgers is going to get another weapon on that offense, and our line is going to be held together with string cheese and duct tape.
Dude, it's gonna be rough out there, man.
Yeah, let's talk about JJ. Let's talk.
Yeah.
Just all I can say is just throw him in so we know what we got.
Dude, you're so distraught. I mean, you got a quarterback.
I know, but
let me fill you in right now.
I know you wanted Bo Nix.
I wanted Bo Nix.
Let me fill you in.
I did.
6'2", 219 pounds of American buck steak, has whip-like velocity in his passes to extreme tight coverage and accuracy. Solid athletic and creator with great agility and explosiveness. Also does mindfulness training, yoga, meditation that led him to put together not 1, but 2 crunch time drives in the national championship.
Yep.
He's a baller. Thanks for the pick, jackass.
We lost 2 picks for him. That's what I'm saying. We gave up too much for him. I think you sit at 11. You don't need to do anything. Just sit at 11.
But what if somebody else traded up?
I don't give a damn. Take whoever's left.
Okay, well, what if Oakland goes and they skip? Because look at it this way. If Oakland goes and they say, we want a quarterback, and they skip over the Vikings and then take J.J. McCarthy, all of a sudden, is Bo Nix worth taking at 11? You think he is, right? But that's because you're an Oregon fan. So, I mean, look, Bo Nix and J.J. McCarthy both, and really, I would say Bo Nix, J.J. McCarthy, and Michael Penix all have something in common, and it's that they aren't perfect, and they need time to develop. I think it was wise. I think it was wise for them to trade up to make sure nobody else goes and takes their guy, because I think there's like break points. Bo Nix, so you've got break points being between 1 and 2 and 3, there's a gap. Between 2 and 3, there's another gap, not quite as big, but there's another gap. Honestly, I'll keep it real. I had J.J. McCarthy ranked higher than Michael Penix.
And to be honest, the reason they gave up those picks is probably because the Jets told them, we're on the phone with Las Vegas. They want this guy.
Yeah, of course.
They
weren't even on the phone with Las Vegas. They were bluffing. There's no way they were even on the phone with Las Vegas.
Listen, you got your guy.
It wasn't my guy. I wanted either Drake May or Bo Nix. Those are my 2 guys.
He practices mindfulness training, Austin. He does yoga.
He's married at 22.
Wait, he's married?
Yeah.
I'm going to be 100% honest, dude. If a guy is married at 22, that makes me want to draft him more, because this is somebody who's
about commitment.
They're about commitment. That's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we get the Jets draft pick, we're going to go through this quick. This is the Cash App rewind of your first 10 picks. We got Caleb. Oh, hold on. The pick is in. Wait a minute.
The pick is in. Hey.
Hold the rewind.
Hold the rewind.
We'll be back, Cash App.
Wait, no, sorry. You went green for Cash App, not for the Jets.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God, you scared the hell out of me.
Yeah, look, I'm so used to Will spoiling at this point, I just
We got Caleb Williams, #1. We got Jaden Daniels, #2. We got Drake May, headed to New England, #3.
Yes.
Marvin Harrison Jr., headed to Arizona. Joe Alt is a Charger. Malik Neighbors, headed to the Giants. J.C. Latham, your new tackle in Tennessee. Michael Penix, a surprise backup quarterback in Atlanta. Romo Dunze, your new #2 pass catcher in Chicago. And J.J. McCarthy is your new quarterback in Minnesota. And with that, the Jets pick is in. The Jets choose to buttress their O-line. Olu Fashanu of Penn State is backing up a riddled offensive line. The Jets make the safe move.
See, Olu Fashanu, great athlete. Getting to watch some of his film. He was a guy who really excels as a pass blocker. I don't think he's quite as good when it comes to run blocking, really getting in there in the trenches, but he's a great athlete, great feet. Whenever it comes to run blocking, I thought he was better in the zone than it was to, hey, we're just going to go man up and dig a guy out. But I had him ranked as my 4th top tackle in the draft. And there's a lot of very good offensive linemen in this draft. So 4th is not bad in the least. Okay,
Listen,
or in the slightest, I should say.
I'm not going to stand up and celebrate about this pick because it's not exciting.
Well, it's a great pick.
But what the Jets needed to do was not exciting. We have an old O-line. We had the most O-line injuries in the NFL last year. And buttressing that line with a young guy who now has time to grow, right? And you can put him on the left or the right side. A projected first-round draft pick last year. I think this is a very safe pick, and it just shows you that the Jets are content with what they're going to do. I'm going to tell you one thing that makes me happier about this pick, that we got 2 draft picks coming our way.
Yeah.
And we still got to make it.
Look, it's a 4th and a 5th, just a little bit of sugar on top. Look, there's a lot of great players that have been drafted in the 4th and 5th round. Where was Puka Nacua drafted?
That's right.
5th round.
And
so, hey, there's a lot of value that can get there.
I will say that I do think the Jets are going to package all the trades that they've made, because we have a lot of picks in the 7th round, 5th round, all that, the above. I think they're going to try and trade back into the 2nd round. I think they're going to try and target Xavier Legette or Ladd McConkey if he's still there.
Look,
I like Ladd McConkey.
I like Ladd McConkey.
Yeah. Denver's on the clock right now. Like salt in my wound, they're probably going to go with Bo Nix. I've heard rumors.
Look at you. You're an expert. You know what's going to happen.
I've heard rumors that Sean Payton loves what he sees in Bo Nix. He's excited to bring him in and develop him as a young quarterback. I love Bo Nix. He's 6'2" or 6'3" ¾ 215 something more pounds than JJ McCarthy.
Can I make you feel better?
Great deep ball, incredibly composed. I watched him play a lot in Oregon, and it's sad to see him fall to 12 with the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, I mean, look, Olu Fashanu, again, like I said, a phenomenal athlete for somebody his size. Being that big and that heavy and being able to move the way he does is incredible, right? And I'm not talking about his 40-yard dash time, right? Because that's not really the primary thing there whenever you're looking at offensive linemen. I think he ran a 5.1, which, I mean, it's not terribly slow, but it's good enough speed straight ahead. You're not running 40 yards, right? What matters is your quickness, your hips, and that's where he's pretty good. I think his pad level in general, he could work on his pad level, getting down a little bit lower and working on having more, just more aggression at the point of attack. That's the big thing that I would want to see with Olu Fashanu. Again, coming out of Penn State University. He is going to be a great offensive lineman in the NFL. It's just being able to translate into the league where everybody's bigger, everybody's stronger, everybody's faster. Let's see that physicality come into play.
Can we talk about the underlining story of this draft right now? We're about to be 11 picks in, not one defensive player yet.
That's
not
true.
One.
We thought it was going to come in Atlanta, which they shocked us with the Michael Penix trade.
Yeah.
Where do you think it's going to come?
I don't think it's going to be Denver, but it could be. Maybe there's someone on the board that they couldn't believe is still here.
Do you think there's a chance that the Vikings try to trade up for what Atlanta was supposed to get at 9 or at 8? Excuse me.
Listen, I think the Vikings made their trade up. I think the Vikings are going to stay.
Do you think that's wild?
I think that, listen, I thought the Vikings would trade up more to get their guy. If the Vikings got their guy, and now all this talent is being pushed down the board, they have their eye on someone. Who that is? It could be a Ladd McConkey. It could be a Kool-Aid McKinstry, right? The probably the best corner in the draft. If he's sitting around at 23 and you guys just get him. Whoa!
Speaking of which,
Broncos. Bo Nix!
Bo Nix is a Bronco. Oh my gosh.
It's okay. Let it
Bo Nix is a Denver Bronco.
Let it out.
Oregon, put him up. Oregon.
You know, this is shocking to me because the Broncos have Zach Wilson, who's obviously going to be the starter this year.
Yes. It's going to be interesting to see how it goes. They got Bo Nix. They got Wilson.
Yeah.
Look, hey, Denver has some talent. They do. They got to get it together, man.
All right, let's talk about Bo Nix. 6'2".
Yes.
214 pounds, fleet-footed, energetic, athletic, with good short and intermediate velocity, high-end arm elasticity, universal angle freedom, and off-platform. Loves to make down the field passes. He is your prototypical build for a quarterback.
He's got the physical tools, like a West Coast type of guy. He can move a little bit. He's athletic. Get the ball down the field. Just short, quick passes. The quick passing game. He's particularly good in that region. I don't think he's got the big cannon of an arm, but he definitely does have NFL arm talent, right? And that's the big knock on a lot of these guys. If they see a guy that can't throw the football 70 yards sitting on his ass, they're all of a sudden they're like, hey, okay, this guy doesn't have it. It's like, no, dude, you don't need that, right? His arm strength is good enough. It is.
We have 6 quarterbacks off the board.
Which is the next thing I wanted to say. It is insane because if you look at the last few years, the quarterback position, it has not flooded the first round like it is now. There are 6 quarterbacks off the board in the first 12 picks. That is insane.
Does Las Vegas draft Spencer Rattler right now?
No. I think if you were in the first round at this point, you've got to be out. You've got to be out on quarterback.
Got to be out.
Because like at this point, you're reaching.
Las Vegas, though.
It is.
These guys are famous for making bad decisions.
It's not 2001 anymore. You know what I mean?
True. All right. So top talent available right now. We still have Brock Bowers, Dallas Turner, Terion Arnold, Latu, Talise Funga, Jared Verse. I mean, a lot of guys that can ball here.
A lot of talent is still on the board. You know who I really like? If they want to go O-line, I would love to see them go with Talise Funga.
Talise Funga, he is a baller and he's the best run blocking offensive lineman in the draft.
For me, this is a guy he's a road grader. Big guy, 330. I mean, I think he's 6'6". This guy is somebody who can maul you. When you bring a guy like that in, I mean, you are focusing on the run game. He doesn't have quite the same sort of agility as that some of these other guys do, but he's still a phenomenal athlete despite the fact that he's so big. I think Talise Funga, or however you pronounce it, I think he is going to end up being an incredible lineman, and a lot of value that he provides is position flexibility. You can have him inside, you can move him outside. If he's a guard, he's a guard. I mean, you think about the Cowboys, one of the best guards in the NFL, and he will probably end up being a Hall of Famer, is Zach Martin, who was originally, a lot of people forget this, he was originally an offensive tackle, and he has made an incredible career at right guard.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this guy could be a guard, he could be a tackle, whatever it is. I think he's going to be great. If they want to go O-line, I think it'd be a great pick.
Whoever gets Dallas at this point is getting a deal. They're getting a steal. They're getting a buy of the century. Wouldn't it be the most Eagles thing ever to have one of these top-rated defensive talents just land in their lap at their pick? A Kool-Aid or a Dallas or a Jared Verse is there for the Eagles at the end of this first round?
Go ahead.
You want to talk about the Bears fans?
He's still distraught.
No, I saw Bears fans say that they're not losing another game.
He is so beat up.
No,
Austin.
Would somebody ban the Bears fans? I'm sick and tired. This is your this is your Super Bowl. Enjoy it. This is the best day of your season. It's not getting any better after this. Okay.
You know what the Bears fans are doing right now? The Bears fans are literally doing this right now. They're getting up. They see Austin in his Randy Moss jersey and this right here.
Oh, little Mossed Bear down, baby.
Look, I'm lost for words. I've got no words. A disgusting act by Randy Moss.
A disgusting act. That's got to be one of my favorite calls of all time.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. I remember that play.
Yeah. He's apologized for that.
Has he?
Yeah.
No,
he's apologized for the call. Ladies and gentlemen, production, the pick is in. The guy that the Jets were supposed to take, the Raiders have a brand spanking new tight end. Brock Bowers to Las Vegas.
Brock Bowers.
Wow.
Brock Bowers, an incredible pick. Wow. Absolutely incredible. Guys, Brock Bowers, the guy, listen, Brock Bowers can block, he can go out in space, he can block down the field, he can catch the football. One of the places where Brock Bowers is a little bit weak in is I think his route running can be a little bit stiff, and he doesn't really, he didn't showcase a whole lot of different routes that he ran, but that's okay. He is a tight end, right? He goes out there and he brings a dimension to that offense. In addition to, I think is it Michael Mayer that's over there in Oakland, in Las Vegas right now. They have a lot of opportunity there with 2 tight end sets. We have seen 2 tight end sets be incredibly valuable in the NFL for a long time. They had Michael Mayer from Notre Dame last year. I believe it was Notre Dame. and now they have Brock Bowers this year. Kind of weird to take 2 tight ends back-to-back. They might have something planned specifically to be able to use one on the line, one as an H-back.
I'm shocked.
A lot of motion.
I'm shocked. Obviously, Brock Bowers is one of the most highly evaluated talents today. His ability to yak yards after catch. He can block. He's actually really shifty and he's very strong. He's not huge. He's not Gronkowski sized, but his route running is very sharp.
The skill set is similar. The skill set is similar.
Here's what I would say. The interesting thing is that Gardner Minshew has weapons now. If Gardner Minshew was ever going to get a fair shake in the NFL, it is right now. Devontae, Mayer, and Brock Bowers, you got guys that can go up and get the fucking ball.
Yeah.
We might see Gardner Minshew ball out for more touchdowns than people expected.
Hey,
okay, New Orleans is on the clock now.
Sure.
Are we expecting defense?
Gotta be a defensive player.
I mean,
gotta be.
All mock drafts that I've seen has seen New Orleans going offensive tackle.
Esfand, we actually have our next caller in.
We do have our next guest in here. Actually, Tyrone Tracy from Purdue looking to get drafted this year.
Yeah.
Tyrone, how's it going, man?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How y'all doing?
We're doing excellent.
Good. Thanks
great.
for joining us, man. Who do you think the Saints are going to pick here? Do you have any idea, or are you just like
question.
you're just sitting there probably like, hey, I'm just sitting here waiting for hear my name called?
I am. I'm sitting here waiting to get my name called, but like I think like the first 10 is really predictable. Really, after the first 10, they really go anywhere. Saints, I think they go defense, to be honest. I think they go to the defensive side. I don't think nobody's been picked on the defensive side yet, so I think it'll be dope.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, we got, again, chat, this is Tyrone Tracy, running back from Purdue, one of the top running backs in this year's draft. We're very excited to have him here. And we all know whenever it comes to running backs, who's the running back's best friend? It's O-line. It is O-line. So, I mean, you just want to go somewhere where you have some big boys to run behind. Is that right?
Yeah, you're not lying about that. Yeah, you're not lying about that one. Yeah, running backs, I definitely need an O-line. That would be nice to run about a big O-line.
So tell me a little bit about how like draft preparation was, like getting ready for the combine, doing everything that you need to do to get ready for the NFL physically, mentally, even like doing like more media stuff now.
Yeah. So far the whole process has been dope. Combine. I went to the Shrine Bowl, went to the Hula Bowl, and it's all been a blessing. I think the main part about the process that was really dope with me was I went to the NFLPA rookie debut this past week, and that was actually really like eye-opening to all the resources that the NFL has for NFL players. But yeah, now the media stuff on the media side, I'm doing a documentary now. About my journey and where I came from and how I got to where I am now. So that should be out soon.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, right now I'm just definitely doing it. Trying to do it big a little bit.
There you go. Good stuff. So have you been streaming a little bit? They told us that you've been you got a Twitch account. You've been streaming a little bit. Is that right? You've been working on your Twitch stuff? Or maybe you were wanting to?
Yeah, I've been trying to. Yeah, I'm wanting to. So I'm gonna start it once I get settled in to where I'm at. I just set up my stream. My Twitch. IM_TTJ. Everybody go follow me so I can. I'm gonna start it up once I get settled into my new team.
What are you playing these days?
So I play Fortnite, Madden, Call of Duty.
Nice.
But I'm a huge FIFA fan. Huge FIFA fan.
Oh, really? What's your favorite team in FIFA?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. See, that's the thing. It's not a favorite team. I do randoms. We get randoms.
Okay.
You're going to win anyway. It doesn't matter.
It's about skill.
There you go.
Skill.
There you go. It doesn't matter. I love it. I love the confidence, dude. Confidence on the field, confidence off the field, doesn't matter. That's good stuff. So, yeah, man.
It is. I'm telling you, it's about the skill.
So, you talk about like Madden 2. Who's your Madden team that you play with? Same thing?
Nah, not the same thing. Wherever I get drafted, that's gonna be my favorite team.
Good answer.
Wherever I get drafted.
Good answer. Look, see, that's the media training.
Yeah.
That's media training coming out. Hey, you can have a favorite team until the day that you graduate college. Until the last step, you don't have a favorite team anymore.
Hey,
that's when you wait until you get picked.
Just to fill you in, Esfand.
There you go.
Quickly, you made a prediction. You said that the Saints should go with a road grader, an offensive lineman.
I did.
Talisi Fuaga is a Saint as of right now. The pick is in.
Is the pick in?
The pick is in.
Was there any player in particular that you remember playing against that you're like, damn, like that guy can play?
That's a great question. I think my favorite one is Junior Colson. It's probably Junior Colson from Michigan.
Junior Colson from Michigan.
He was
okay.
He was one of the, he was one of them. He was a linebacker that was just, he was just really good. He didn't make many mistakes. He didn't do nothing to put his team in harm's way. He always was an asset, on the field. But yeah, he's a great, tremendous linebacker. Just a really solid linebacker.
Yeah. He's one of those guys who he would never misread, and you'd be trying to run a counter on him or something, and he's just always there. He doesn't eat the counter step, and you're like, oh shit, man, this guy.
Yeah.
So
yes, I'm telling you, if you watch his game, he don't make no mistakes. When we played him, I think it was towards the end of the season. He was filling every hole. He was always there. He was hitting hard. He was running the ball down. I'm like, man, where's this guy even coming from?
Yeah.
It was crazy.
That's great. So what did you do? What do you think is something that you did at Purdue that your coaches helped prepare you for the NFL so well?
I would say my preparation. They taught me how to prepare for the game. And even if that's watching film, that could be, on the field, off the field, just making sure that I'm taking care of my body in every single way. So again, just preparing, to be the best playmaker I can on the field. I think that's the main thing they taught me, but they also paying attention to the details and the fundamentals of football.
There you go. Good stuff, man. Obviously Tyrone, we know that you're ready. We're excited to see what you can do in the NFL. Hopefully you can get some guys like this Talise Fuaga blocking in front of you, who's going to be an incredible asset to the New Orleans Saints. Just have those big-bodied O-linemen, those road graders, making holes for you, so we can see that quickness and that explosiveness at the next level. Because we saw your combine. You tore it up. I think you ran 4.48. Was it 4.48? 40-inch vertical.
Yeah.
This guy can jump higher than Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, we're ready to see that explosiveness at the next level. And is that a fire alarm? Smoke detector going off in the background?
I don't think so. I don't hear anything. I got headphones on right now.
Oh, you got the headphones on? Okay.
Going on. I might just. Yeah.
I was gonna say.
I don't know what's going on, to be honest.
I was gonna say you got to get your agent to negotiate a good signing bonus so you can get just as many batteries as you need. We're just gonna get a lifetime supply of 9-volt batteries. This guy.
Yeah. I got to talk to my folks about that one. Make sure they changing them up in here.
There you go. What are you gonna spend your what are you gonna spend your signing bonus? Have you decided? Are you gonna save it or spend it? Signing bonus.
Save it for sure. But then,
there you go, smart man.
I want a nice car though. I do want a nice car.
Okay. What do you want? What do you want?
What kind of car you want?
If you want to talk about the car now or the car that I want in 2 years?
Well, give me
both. I want both.
Well, give me. Well, what with your signing bonus?
I want to hear both.
Okay. My signing bonus. Okay, so both. So for right now, to be honest with you, right now I'll probably just get a nice, Mercedes, AMG,
Hell yeah. There you go.
AMG.
The low one. So
okay.
I better go to my notes real quick because I got it in my notes.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
No, see the AMG, it's you got the swagger, but it's still classy.
Yeah, it's still classy. Yeah. It's kind of undercover. Nobody really knows.
Yeah, it's good.
If you know, you know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that.
And it's super nice too. It's super nice. It ain't. Again, it's not too flashy, but it's not too costly as well. So but when I get my money, real money, I want a BMW i8, and I also want a Mercedes GLE 63 AMG. That was
hell yeah!
That's the
got in the notes app.
That's the juice.
I looked at that Mercedes GLE AMG 63S. Looks pretty nice.
There you go. No, that's great. So
I call it the turtle.
Oh yeah, it looks. Yeah, that's a good name for it.
I think that's you got to know your worth, man. Just like with Cash App. Cash App, you're gonna know your worth. Those are the know your worth Cash App questions, 100%. So would you say that's gonna be the big like that's the big thing you want to get whenever you sign? You get a car?
Yeah. That's my big purchase. Yeah, big boy purchase. That's what I call it. Big boy purchase.
The big boy purchase is gonna be a car, and then the little
hey, you know what? If you're gonna get that money in 2 years, why don't you just sign a little lease for a couple years, 2 to 3 years? You know what I mean? And then don't blow the cash on the car up front. You know you're gonna get that paycheck in 3 years. Don't buy that car. Save it for the next one.
Austin giving
my mom. Hey.
Yeah, the financial advisor coming in here, Austin.
In a Nissan.
Does she?
My mom wants me coming riding around in a Nissan. Yeah.
That's a fine automobile right there.
Well,
there you go. I had the Nissan Maxima. There you go. That's the good stuff.
ask her what she wants to ride around in, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Say, Mom, would you rather ride in the AMG?
She wants a convertible.
Okay.
She wants a convertible, but she wants me in a Nissan.
This is the key, though. Take your mom car shopping with you, and then see, maybe get her on the same page.
You take your mom car shopping.
That's what I'm saying.
You see what she likes.
Exactly.
And then get her something nice down the road.
Well,
there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the play.
Exactly.
That's the play. Hey, Tyrone, we appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah, y'all got some good stuff.
Yeah, hey, you had a hell of a career at Purdue. We're excited to see what you're going to get to do at the next level. This is Tyrone Tracy chat from Purdue. He's going to be getting picked hopefully tomorrow and maybe in the next couple of days. We'll see how it goes. We'd love to see it, man.
Hopefully tomorrow, Saturday.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see your name tomorrow.
Best of luck, my friend.
Fantastic. Yeah, hey, don't be a stranger, man. You're streaming and whatnot. Like we'll run it back in some Madden and stuff. It'll be great. So.
Yeah. Come on, now I'm about to get my stream. Everybody go follow me on Twitch, man. I'm about to get my streaming stuff up, and I'm gonna come back here. I'm gonna play all y'all on FIFA, and I'm gonna win.
I'll play FIFA with you.
We'll do it. Yeah,
I'll play you in Madden. And then we'll go car shopping afterwards.
Hey, that sounds great.
All right. Take care.
All right, man. Thank you so much.
man. Appreciate it.
All right, guys. We're going to a rumor I just read.
Uh-oh.
A rumor I just read.
A rumor.
Kirk Cousins was given no heads up that the Falcons were even considering taking.
Ooh, drama. Ooh.
This is an Aaron Rodgers love situation.
Hey. Come back home to daddy, Kirk.
We're breaking the truth. The first defensive player. Latu.
First defensive player off the board.
Sent into the Colts.
Latu. This is a guy who there was a lot of concerns about the injury history with him. The fact that he was the first defensive player over any of the great corners, any of the great defensive backs that we saw, over Byron Murphy as well. Jared Verse, I mean, there's a lot of talent on the board on the defensive side of the ball. The fact that the Indianapolis Colts wanted to go defensive end and go with Latu is that's insane, man. I mean, I'm shocked at this pick.
Damn.
I had Byron Murphy, the guy that we talked about before the draft. I thought I had Byron Murphy going for the Colts.
Yeah, I mean, Dallas still on the board as well. Listen, this guy's a monster. And people are asking how we have this before ESPN. We have reporters live on the ground. Young Jeff is in Detroit right now. He's scared for his life, but he's reporting to us by the minute the picks. He's practically on stage. So that's how we have this right now. This is a very exciting pick. It's the first defensive player off the board. The Colts really make a steal here. I am surprised that they aren't trying to build around their new quarterback. But I think when you have so many offensive players come off the board, the value of an edge rusher like this is just so inflated because he, in any other draft, he's probably not here at 15.
Now, Will, Dallas Turner.
Yeah.
Still on the board.
Still on the board.
Can you believe it? Now, is my dream as a minister, because the Vikings are looking defense. I know the Vikings are looking defense at 23. We're looking at the Seattle Seahawks, who I believe also will go offensive line. Because they need offensive line badly. And I don't think the fact that Dallas Turner's on the board.
8 picks? I don't know.
You think he's on the board?
You might get a really good defensive player like a Kool-Aid,
Because I think, at least in mock drafts here, it looks like the Dolphins are the next team to have projected as defensive.
But you gotta remember, a lot of those boards are built for it to shake out a certain way.
Sure.
To be honest, if one of those talents slides to the Vikings, it would make up in a huge way for that trade up, and you guys could feel really good about your draft.
I mean, at this point, as we get through the picks, those chances increase.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Exponentially.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
It's interesting that we're talking about this because we have an expert we've brought in special. No one knows football like this guy. I heard that this guy actually gives all of his takes to Rich Eisen in New York, and he actually attended John Madden's funeral as one of the main speakers.
Really?
We go live now to Coach Svan.
Y'all gonna hurry up over there? Or what? I'm just gonna be sitting here all day waiting on y'all. Okay? Like, I got a job to do. I got teams calling me up the whole damn time trying to, hey, listen, we wanna go out there, okay, and we wanna have the guy that we are gonna pick. We need to know exactly who we need to take. Coach Esfand, who do we draft? And I'm sitting here waiting on y'all to call me up here. I'm doing y'all a favor. I'm giving y'all a blessing of having my presence in your presence. Okay? The good Lord Almighty. I'm sitting here just waiting on it. How y'all doing? Hello?
Oh, I'm doing great. Coach Svan, you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to your ass.
Oh, I'm sorry,
What
Coach
the hell?
Svan. I'm sorry. I wasn't aware you were speaking to me, Coach. I do apologize.
Well, normally I wouldn't, but, I thought I'd do you the common courtesy of getting out there and speaking with y'all.
Well, it's just me, Coach Esfand. Recruit Will Neff decided it would be a great opportunity to use the little boy's room.
Well, hell, let me tell you. Let me talk about Leatu Latu, okay? Look, I like Leatu Latu. Why? Because, look, they named him Leatu for a reason, because he was going to lay you out, okay? That's what he was going to do. So he's just going to go and Leatu. It don't really make too much sense. But listen, okay? It's not about sense, all right? It's about results, okay? And that's what he does. You got a big defensive end who's going to go out there 6'5", 265 pounds.
Coach.
He's got power. Yes, what's that?
Coach, what do you think about Bears fans, Coach?
Oh, I think they're phenomenal. Whenever, I think they're phenomenal. Whenever I'm talking to Minnesota Vikings fans, when I'm talking to Bears fans, I think Vikings fans are phenomenal. Look, I'm here to ruffle some feathers, okay? I'm here to come out. If I get under your skin a little bit, then look, I'm just doing my damn job.
That's
okay?
right.
And listen, I'd be lying to you. If I said, look, the Bears are this and that, or the Vikings this and that. I wasn't saying anything but really terrible things about the Vikings in the process.
Right.
Because, I mean, we all know the Vikings are in major trouble, okay?
Okay.
They lost Kirk Cousins, okay?
Oh, looks like the Seahawks have taken Byron Murphy, Texas.
Oh
my gosh,
Murphy.
we just talked to him earlier, Coach. How do you feel about that?
Oh, y'all got to talk to him earlier. That's phenomenal. Hey, listen, Byron Murphy, unbelievable athlete, okay?
Wow.
He's a big body guy. We're looking at a 3 technique, hand in the grass. He's going vertical right up the field, okay? That's the kind of talent that I like to have in my defensive tackles, all right? I like having that 3 technique go in there and being able to penetrate, okay? And Byron Murphy does that better than damn near anybody, all right? I think you didn't have nobody in the draft taking defense. I don't know why, but they didn't. They didn't take no defense for the longest time, and now you got 2 back-to-back.
Coach, Dallas Turner's still on the board.
Dallas Turner. I love Dallas. Yeah, I do. I grew up in Dallas, actually. Dallas is, look, that's something else, man. Look, Dallas is basically like you know how America has got Washington, D.C.? Texas has got Dallas, and America has Texas. Look, at the end of the day, when people say you want to go on a vacation somewhere, I say, look, I just want to go to Dallas, because that's the best damn place in the world. But, I mean, the player. Oh, they're talking about the player.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dallas Turner. Look, Dallas Turner. Look, there's a defensive end here. There's a defensive end that he's got some athleticism. You know, he's quick, explosive first step.
Byron Murphy.
Good with his hands. He's got the ability to bend, and he's got some finesse to him. And then you got some other folks out there. We already talked about Latu, who got drafted at 15 by the Indianapolis Colts, and you got Jared Verse as well. So you got options. You absolutely got options, okay? Just like a big old buffet. You know, I want to go into the draft, and I like having options. I like going out there and having the opportunity to sit down at the buffet, and I want chicken. I want steak. I want chicken, whatever it is, right? That's the thing I'm looking for.
Coach, can I ask you a question?
Uh-huh.
You famously committed the first ever roughing the passer penalty.
This is true.
Can you tell us about how they created the rule around you and what that looked like? Why were you biting that quarterback?
Let me tell you, if there's ever been a passer to rough, I'm gonna rough him. Okay. That's the way that I play this game.
Right.
I'll get up in there and I gotta give his ass the business. Okay? Because I gotta let him know, hey, I'm a dog. I'm a dog out there, all right? And what do dogs do? Dogs don't just bark, they bite. I might have parvo, okay? Look, it is what it is, all right? I gotta let him know, I don't care what I got, I'm gonna give it to you. Every single damn play. And that's where the roughing the passer penalty came from.
That's a little piece of football history. Now, Coach, I have a question for you, and stay with me for this one. If you were to enter the draft today, where do you think you'd be taken in this year?
First overall.
First overall.
Absolutely first overall.
Wow, that's amazing.
In fact, I might go 0th. I get picked before the draft started. I'd get the call. You know, you'd never see that 10-minute timer. The clock has started, pick is in. It wouldn't even go. It wouldn't even flip to 10.
Right.
In fact, you know what? Shit, I'm gonna be honest with you. We might even damn tamper. Every team in the NFL is gonna try and call my ass and give me a sign. Hey, listen, you need to. Hey, do you have any felonies on your record? No. Can you get one? Hey, can you do something really illegal? We can let your draft stock fall a little bit. Just don't get drafted. We'll pay you good. That's the kind of experience that I would have, I believe. Because I would be so damn good, everybody would be throwing their morals aside to draft me.
I mean, speaking of trades, the Vikings have just moved up and changed places with Jacksonville. The Vikings are at 17. AustinShow's not here. I got to ask you one more question. NCAA football, the video game, is coming back this year. Famously, when you were featured in NCAA 1987, you were the only player whose character model was rendered as fully nude. Can you tell us the story about that?
Well, look, listen. Physical fitness is the key. And I remember I went in there and they were doing, this was back in this was 1986 that this happened because they always, the years. So I go in there and they say, hey, we want to make you the cover athlete. Obviously, I go out there and I just drop trow and show it off right then and there. I say, hey, you want to see the buff? I'll show you the buff right there. I dropped trow, took my shirt off, and I spread my wings. My latissimus dorsi.
I thought you were talking about something else, Coach.
Oh, no, not like that. No, that's my buddy Mike Concho.
Okay, wait a minute. Coach, we got to cut back. AustinShow is charging to the stage. The Vikings have traded up. Dallas Turner is the pick.
Oh, the Minnesota Vikings.
What did I tell you?
Holy
what did
hell.
I say?
You've
what
got
did
to
I
be
fucking
shitting me.
say?
Again.
What did I say? What did I say?
Thank you so much for your time,
baby.
Coach. Austin, tell me what you're thinking right now.
Oh, my God. I knew it. What did I say? I said if they get close enough.
Said they might trade up again.
If they get close enough. Who called it?
You did.
Called it except AustinShow.
You called
Dallas
it.
motherfucking Turner, baby.
You called it.
This is the exact position they were trying to get at 23.
Yep.
They were as shocked as I was that he fell as far as he did.
You did it.
They thought Atlanta. So what's hilarious here is we were talking about Atlanta not only going and getting Kirk Cousins, but going and getting a backup that could have fell to us.
Yeah.
What ended up happening is we got a pick that fell. Their pick, the guy they should have got, came to Minnesota.
This is kind of a fuck you to them.
No, it is.
Wait, hold on. What was the trade?
The Vikings traded up with the Jacksonville Jaguars, but I don't know what the compensation was yet.
God damn.
Hey, production. The next pick is in. Could we throw up the graphic, please?
I got what the Vikings gave up.
All right, let's cover that till we see the lights.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. Adarius Mims.
Amarius Mims from Georgia. Another offensive tackle off the board. This has been an incredible heavy draft when it comes to offensive tackles and quarterbacks.
Yep.
And Amarius Mims is another guy from Georgia who is he's more of a pass blocker. He's one of those guys I was talking about prior. I was talking about him previously where he is got incredible feet, great footwork. Not a road grader.
Huge.
Not a road grader. But he's a big guy.
He's a big old boy.
He's a big guy, so you would expect to see a little bit more physicality from him, given the fact that he is 6'7", 340 pounds.
Esfand, I don't know if your earpiece is working. We're going live to Chris Conley right now.
No, are we?
Yes.
My earpiece is not working then.
It's not, but we got Chris Conley.
Chris Conley. Hello, we have the Chris Conley joining us then. I'm sorry, maybe I didn't get it in. Chris Conley, how is it going, man? Of the San Francisco 49ers. Yeah. How have you been enjoying draft night so far?
It's been good. A little bit of drama, like you guys have been talking about.
Yep.
It's cool to see a lot of these guys, dreams become a reality. Yeah, man, it's exciting. It's always an exciting night.
Well, Chris, I got to tell you this. Chat loves you because you got that Shure SM7B. You got the hookup with the good audio. See, this is what an NFL veteran looks like, okay? Right here, an NFL veteran looks like this. He's got his audio set up, all that stuff. Good stuff, man. No, we're very, very excited to have you here.
We've had a little practice.
A little practice. Do you stream at all?
Yeah, I do. I used to stream a lot before I had kids.
And
then I had kids, and then kids and football take up a lot of my time now. So I'll get back to it one day.
There you go. Yeah, we'll make sure to shout you out. What's your Twitch channel?
Conman XP.
Conman XP, the good kind of con, not the not that kind of con man.
Yeah, the good con.
He's not scamming anyone. Yeah, he's not scamming anyone. I gotta ask Chris. So you got drafted in I think it was 2015. Is that right? Went to Kansas City.
Yes.
And what was that like for you, going from having the experience of going from being basically broke college kid to here's a bunch of money. Here you go. Go have fun. And what are these guys experiencing today?
Yeah, it was a lot, man. You get dropped into a new situation, a new level of competition, a new real focus on what is now a job. Play college football, and it's a game of love. And there's this passions about your university and things like that. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of passion in the league, but it's a business. And so you get to see the dark side of the business, and you get to see the great with it. But it was a dream come true. And but you realize really the morning after the draft that the work really is only getting started because you haven't done anything. And NFL stands for not for long.
Yeah, true, not for long. And you have done it for long. You're coming up on year 9, is it? Coming up on year 9. So is that crazy to think about? Whenever I think that's one of the craziest things is guys get to the NFL, you never play in one level for more than 4 or 5 years, typically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you might have a situation in college where you get 6, right? If you're lucky.
Did you have a moment at which you were like, "This is a business"?
Yeah, I think I'll put it this way. Within my first 3 years, I saw a guy who was getting paid a lot of money to do the job and was doing a pretty good job at doing that job. I saw him get cut one day with no notice to himself, no notice to his family, and he found out on Twitter. That's kind of the business side of the things. It's not a man. Let's look at the situation of this guy's family. This is the best move for the team, and they're going to move forward with that. So that kind of lets you know the business side of it, and that's kind of the side that a lot of the fans don't necessarily see, but it comes along with the territory.
Right. Oh, we have our next pick in, and we have Jared Verse.
Headed to the Rams. Jared
Verse from Florida State going to Los Angeles, or should I say coming here to Los Angeles, where we are right now. Jared Verse, I thought Jared Verse was going to go at number 8. And, this is a big, powerful defensive end, a guy who's going to set the edge and be able to be a phenomenal asset both in the run game and the passing game.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, Chris, speaking of the business side of things, the rumor beginning today is that either Brandon Ayuk or Deebo Samuel on your team could be moved in a potential trade-up for the 49ers. Now that some of this talent is moving its way down to the board because of all these quarterbacks coming off early, do you think there's any reality to that rumor, or do you think that Brandon and Deebo are both going to stay where they are?
I would like, if it was up to me, I would love to have those two remain on our team. We have a really tight-knit group, and a group that works really well together. So selfishly, I would love for them to, for the gang to stay together and to take another run at it. And at this point, we don't really know. I think there have been a couple of surprises already tonight, and the longer that you do this, the more you realize that you can't rule anything out. I don't think that's going to happen, but I've been wrong in the past. I'm just hoping it doesn't.
Yeah, and that's like you said, you've been in the league for so long that you've seen a lot of this turnover. You've seen a lot of change that's happened over the years. One of the things, for example, you talk about change. You were drafted by the Chiefs. played for the Chiefs for a number of years, went around the league a little bit. I think you went to, correct me if I'm wrong, Houston, then Jacksonville, and then you were with Tennessee for a year.
Went to Jacksonville and then Houston.
Okay. And then eventually you've now ended up in San Francisco, where you played against your original team in the Super Bowl. What was that like?
It was definitely a different experience. You know, my first game as a free agent when I left Kansas City was versus Kansas City. I feel like I've always played pretty well against my former team. Still have a lot of friends over there, a lot of people that are close. But when it comes time to compete, I kind of black out. It was a surreal opportunity. The Super Bowl is like nothing I've ever experienced before. The most cameras I've ever seen in my life, the most eyes, the biggest stage, and the biggest opportunity to succeed or fail. And it was a blast. It was an honor to be able to play in it, and I feel like I played pretty well.
Yeah, no, you had one particularly big catch. Can you talk about that play a little bit for us?
Yeah, we had just gone down the field on second down. I think it was 2nd and 8. Early in the game, we were still trying to really test the Chiefs' defense. So it was a 3rd and 8, and Brandon Ayuk had just run down on a deep ball, and so I got in and got the opportunity to run a play on 3rd down and to get a first down in the Super Bowl, right? At this point in my career, being a starting receiver isn't really my role anymore. I had a number of years where that was my role. Now I'm more of a support role, can play any position type thing. So to have your number called in that position is an honor. And, this is a fun team to play on. Kyle definitely trusts his guys.
Yeah, no, that's great to hear. I think that's one of those things where it's like what I was saying earlier. I mean, when you play for 8-9 years in the league, I mean, you're not in high school that long, you're not in college that long. So it's the people, this is from a fan's perspective, right? It seems to me that the people that survive in the league for that long, and not for long, for that long, are the people that know their role, and whenever their number is called, they go out there and they do the thing that they're brought in to do. And I think you're one of those guys who's proven that. And hell, you just got I think it was last month you just signed a contract extension about a month ago.
Yeah, signed back in San Francisco. And just a slight correction, it's my 10th season. This is my 10th season.
10th season. Oh, there you go.
Chris, I got to ask a question.
This will be the double-digit season. So
there it is. You made it.
Chris, I got to ask a question. This is totally on draft related. You got to tell me about the Star Wars movie.
Oh, yeah. Huge Star Wars fan. Grew up on sci-fis as a kid. Grew up on comic books. I have my own collection of comic books on this back wall over here.
Wait, can you turn your camera?
I started with 500 comics from my dad, and that's what I grew up reading as a kid.
That's wild.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of stories. And when I was a kid, my brother began making comics, and eventually I figured out that I wanted to work and make stories and movies. And so when I got to college, the Star Wars short film was my first time where I said, okay, I'm going to take this idea from idea to reality. And it was a mess, but people loved it. It was a huge learning opportunity for me, and I just continued writing and have continued developing film. And that's what I hope to do when football's all said and done.
Dude, that is sick.
Chat is all screaming. He's one of us. He's a real nerd, just like us.
Can you? Is your camera
genuine nerd?
Is your camera stuck? Can you show us the collection?
Oh yeah, no, it's mounted. I could go get a box or something, but it's like outside. You guys are making me give away secrets, so my stream knows, my chat knows that this is my game room. It's actually a hidden room in my house. You wouldn't know where it is. It's hidden by a bookshelf. You don't know which one it is.
Oh, I love
and
that.
The bookshelf on the outside of this room has comic books on it.
Nice.
But yeah.
Does anybody else in the household know where it is, or are you the only one?
My wife knows.
Okay.
My wife knows, and my parents know, and my kids know.
Oh, okay, everybody knows.
We'll find you wherever you are.
Okay.
If you're trying to take a break.
Okay.
We can find
missiles.
you wherever.
That's incredible. Okay, I gotta say, have you ever looked into GTA roleplay, Grand Theft Auto roleplay?
I actually have. I've watched it.
Let's get you in,
dude.
And I don't understand the rules.
Chris, come home.
I'm dead serious.
Understand.
Let us
I will walk you through everything. You would be incredible in GTA RP. You would be absolutely incredible.
I give it a shot.
One of us.
I'm dead serious. I will DM you on Twitter. I'll help you get set up. We can get you on the server. Everything. You would absolutely love it. Like if you're talking about wanting to tell stories and build out a character and do cool fun stuff like that. I mean, I think you would kill. Oh,
all right, we got to cut. The next pick is in. The Steelers, a steal, are selecting offensive lineman out of Washington, Troy Fanu, the only offensive lineman in the draft that has experience at all four offensive line positions, aside from center, left tackle, right guard, This guy is a plug and play all over the line. A great addition to the Steelers.
And you hit the nail on the head, being able to plug and play him all across the line. That position flexibility. Hey, much like Chris here. I mean, it's one of those things where you have the ability to plug somebody in anywhere on the offensive line, and they have value, especially if you're young. Get them in at guard, get them in at right tackle. I mean, it's so that's how you have a guy come in and be able to get experience. Like you talked about Joe Alt being like, everybody talks about how he's only ever played left tackle.
Yep.
This is something you don't have to worry about. I can comfortably put him at left guard, right tackle, and you have that, right? And typically you have guys who've been in the league for a long time and they learn to play every position, every type of receiver position, like Chris Conley. When you have a guy who can come in and he's ready to go like that, that's wonderful. So I had him as my 5th tackle, but really this is a guy who go tackle, guard, whatever. If you were to put him at guard, I'd probably put him 2nd guard overall if I was combining tackle and guard together.
Chris, thank you so much for your football expertise and your nerddom. We appreciate that. So I'm going to leave you with one last nerdy question. What's your Grail comic book? Any comic book that you can have tomorrow that you don't have in your collection right now, what's it going to be?
I would probably want, if I could have Mint.
Yeah.
Of Frank Miller's run, Batman's run. Because I actually don't have that many Batman comics. I was more of a Spider-Man Marvel guy.
Oh, okay.
And I think that now I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm like, I give Batman another try. I'll give him another chance.
Yeah.
I'll give him another chance.
Good answer.
Did you watch the 90s Spider-Man animated series?
Yes.
I absolutely,
Yes.
I watched through the whole thing. Like, it was like 10 years ago or something. It was on Netflix. Whenever they were like, they had that and they had a whole bunch of stuff on Netflix. They had X-Men 97 on Netflix. I tried to watch through all that stuff.
All of that stuff stands up.
It's so good.
Stands up.
It's so good.
Have you been watching the new X-Men 97?
Good question.
I have not. I'm behind on shows, like I said, since kids. And we're in OTAs now. So I'm here in Atlanta now at my house.
Oh, okay.
But I'm practicing during the week in Santa Clara. So I'm heading back out to California, and then I'm here for the weekend to see my kids. So I'm catching up.
Awesome.
I just finished Fallout, and so now I gotta go to that next.
Nice.
All right, we're gonna let
Chris,
you go, Chris. Thank you so much,
Chris, for joining us. I will. Hey, I'll send you a DM on Twitter about GTRP stuff. If you want to get into it, I'm your guy.
Perfect.
Yeah, 100%. We'll see you, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming on, Chris.
Appreciate it, guys.
All right, that was Chris Conley.
He was awesome.
He was fantastic.
I'm a big.
You
Chris
talk about a pro.
Conley.
Oh,
yeah, man. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Hey, look, listen. The PD needs help. We're gonna get Chris Conley in the PD, man.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, while we are waiting for Miami to lock in their pick, I'm going to take you down our last few picks that were locked in, brought to you by Cash App.
Yes.
We're going to be starting at pick number 10 because that's where we left off. Pick number 10, my Jets selected offensive tackle, Olu Fashanu out of Penn State. The Broncos at number 12, or sorry, that was number 11. The Broncos at number 12 took Bo Nix. The Raiders at number 13 took Brock Bowers. The Saints at number 14 took Talisi Fuaga. The Colts at number 15 took Latu Latu.
That was the first defensive pick of the entire draft, which is kind of surprising because I think the injury concern kept coming up, but who knows? Maybe it was just smoke screens.
The Seahawks at number 16 took defensive lineman Byron Murphy.
Dude, hey, check this out, by the way. I want to talk about Byron Murphy. He told us growing up, he was a Seahawks fan.
He did.
So he actually gets to go and play for his favorite team growing up in Seattle. We got to talk to Byron Murphy maybe a couple hours ago now, and that's incredible, man. What a story.
Yeah. The Vikings.
Skull, baby. Hey, where are those Bears fans at? Y'all been real quiet. Where you at?
Are selecting Dallas Turner.
Skull, baby.
Linebacker. The Bengals are selecting offensive tackle Adarius Mims. The Rams select defensive end Jared Verse. And the Steelers, pick number 20, take Troy Funtanu.
Troy Funtanu is again, phenomenal pass blocker. This guy only let up 3 sacks in his entire career, and I think he started. I think he started at least 3, maybe 4 years. He played a lot. I mean, this guy, I think he played over 1,200 snaps in his career. Absolutely phenomenal player, particularly in the passing game. Again, he needs a little bit of work. Needs a little bit of work on the running game. I'm excited, man.
The Dolphins have selected a pass rusher. Chop Robinson.
What a name.
Out of Penn State.
What a name. Is that his legal name, Chop?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It is, yes.
What an incredible name.
Well, what the problem was is when they were naming him, they did I think the story was that they were doing it like an at-home birth, and they had like a midwife there, and they were yelling at the dog and saying, "Hey, Chop, stop barking!" And then they had the registrar writing their names, and they actually misunderstood, and they didn't know they actually named their son Chop for the first 6 months of his
No
life.
way.
That's awesome.
That's a
real and
true story?
That is real and true.
That
Little
name
do they
is
know-
insane. I love it.
From the beginning, though, destined for success.
Yeah.
Chop Robinson. I would draft him just for his name.
Yeah.
Alone.
Yes, that is true. 100%.
Wow.
Yeah. No, it's
It's incredible.
yeah. So no, Chop Robinson's another great defensive end. If we can get we already got it up. This is another edge player for us. Outside linebacker, defensive end type of player, a pass rusher. The thing that that particularly stands out with Chop Robinson here is that the athleticism. The athleticism is phenomenal. He's an explosive player. He's able to actually go out there and have that first step that you need to be able to beat guys off the edge at the next level. So being able to be explosive on the first step and having the acceleration to be able to come around the corner is really big. One of his issues, I would say, is that he doesn't really have the height, the size that you would like to see at the defensive end position. Usually you want guys that are a little bit longer. They have the ability to extend with their arms. A lot of these tackles nowadays, you're looking at 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", and when you have that as a case of somebody who's 6'3", you're not going to have the same reach, right? So he's going to have to be able to get into the guy in front of him and really work off of him, work outside, be able to work inside, and it's hard. So that's his weakness, I would say, is the lack of length.
He's very compact.
Yes.
For an edge rusher,
yes.
But he makes up for it with elite explosiveness. His production is amazing. He's got a motor that never stops. And, I think he's going to have a great career down in Miami. Don't think Philadelphia will go wide receiver. I just wanted to mention he's still on the board. I do think that the pick will be a cornerback.
Yes.
And I think that it'll either be Quinion or Terion Arnold as the pick.
I think we're going to get back-to-back corners here.
With the 22nd pick, the Eagles select Quinion
Mitchell
out of Toledo.
The top defensive back in the draft. Look, Quinion Mitchell is an incredible athlete. He's got unbelievable body control.
So fast.
Explosive. The speed. The ability to be able to track the football in the air is incredible, right? This guy is a guy who has legitimate closing speed, like you mentioned. Hey, I can come up and I can help in run support, right? I can come up and I can move around the field. I can play the field side. I don't have to play to the sideline. He can be physical at the line of scrimmage. I think that it's very, very. I think it's a very, very good pick.
Listen, I said this probably an hour ago. Philadelphia just has this uncanny knack
you're right.
for talent to fall to them. I said this an hour ago. To get the number one defensive back off the board at pick 22, it's a fleece. The Eagles just have this uncanny ability to be patient in the draft, let the board fall to them, and they not only pick probably the best player left on the board, but also a position of need, total slam dunk for Howie and the Eagles.
So here's the way that I would describe the Eagles is, do you ever have that friend that you played Mario Party with?
Oh, yeah.
Like, you'd play the King of the Hill games.
Blue shell.
Well, they would just kind of sit there in the middle and not do anything, and then everybody else would be beating the crap out of each other, and then when it's all said and done, they just haven't even moved, and then they win. That's the Philadelphia Eagles. They kind of just sit there and good things happen to them, dude. Every single year, you can guarantee that they are going to get a pick in the draft that is either like the best available will be somebody that they actually need, and it's somebody who they are getting for an absolute steal at the pick in which they're getting it. They'll get a guy just like this. It'll be the late teens, early 20s, and they get like a top 10 caliber player.
Yep.
Hey, I think we got the stock guy who's a big Jacksonville Jaguars fan, decked out in his jersey. He's got Jacksonville Jaguar apparel hanging on his wall. Stock guy, welcome to the program.
What is up, man? What is up, Stocky?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Stock guy, who do you think the pick is going to be? Do you think cornerback, wide receiver? What are you feeling?
Honestly, I think they should trade down again. I mean, you've got both Arnold and Mitchell still on the board. I mean, I personally, it depends. Are you going for best available player or position of need? I mean, they've got both of them. I'm sorry, Mitchell just got taken, but Arnold's still on the board. Kool-Aid's still on the board. I say trade down a couple more spaces if it's right. If not, Arnold's probably the pick here.
That's the most stock guy answer. You're accumulating assets right now. You're playing the market.
Assets. There you go.
You haven't fallen in love with a prospect. You just want maximum value, baby.
Look, I completely agree.
I mean, we can't trade our GM, so you just, listen, for Jaguars fans, there's two different drafts that are going on right now. The first one is who we pick in the first round, and the second is which team does that player play for 4 years from now.
Okay, fair.
You know,
hey, that is actually a very, very astute observation, and it's happened countless times in Jacksonville, unfortunately, especially given the fact that you have a Blake Bortles jersey on right now. So,
I mean, it's expensive.
Blake Bortles, a Jalen Ramsey, and a Leonard Fournette jersey. So
I was gonna say, how do you make the purchase of a jersey? I mean, you know this person may not be playing for you in the next couple of years. Do you just settle for the fact that you just accept that fact? Do you keep the jersey? What do you do?
I mean, you had Conley on earlier. I almost bought a Minshew jersey when he got the starting role a couple of years ago, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to, because there's a good chance he's probably going to be gone, and sure enough, he was. So I still got my Brunel jersey that I got after they beat Denver in the '96 playoff run, and I've kept that Brunel jersey ever since, and that's all I wear now.
See, as a fan,
you can't hurt me, right? He can't hurt me, okay?
All right, stock guy, if you were the GM right now and you couldn't trade down, who would be your pick?
Right this minute, I mean, I was really a fan of Fontanu, but I guess at this point, I would take an offensive lineman just because Lawrence had like 2 seconds to throw all of last year, and there's nobody on the line right now that they can really do it.
Well, stock guy, you're going to be heartbroken because I called the pick a few minutes ago. It's wide receiver Brian Thomas out of LSU. There's a new pass catcher in Jacksonville. How do you feel?
That's a second-round pick. There's so...
another happy Jacksonville
now we're
fan.
on the second draft. Who's he going to play for in 4 years? And I would assume the Jets probably.
We spent a lot of time talking about receivers, but we were just kind of talking about them. We didn't think they'd actually go the receiver route there.
I did, because everything I heard this morning is that the Jacksonville Jaguars were looking to trade up in the draft to try and get a pass catcher. I think the guys that they fell in love with, Romo Dunze and Marvin Harrison Jr., came off the board early. So then they traded back and they took who they considered to be the best available wide receiver. And in their mind, that's Brian Thomas out of LSU. I think he's a baller.
I had him as my fourth receiver.
Yeah.
So which is in line 100%. I thought they need help in the defensive backfield. I think that they should have gone corner or safety. Like I think Cooper DeJean, that's who I would have taken. I think Cooper DeJean would have been great. But look, they want receiver. They want to give old Trevor Lawrence some firepower. Hey, Brian Thomas is the best on the board at that position. And that's the direction they go with. So, look, a lot of times...
I mean, it's going to be hard to throw to him when you're on your backhaul game, but, hey, whatever. Hey, listen. The thing is every time we go into a season with high expectations, they tank. Going in with lower ones, you can't get hurt much more. So I feel like... listen, Miles Jack wasn't down. That's all that matters.
Listen, let me tell you about your new guy in Jacksonville quickly. He's got a 9.9 RAS score, which is almost perfect. 6'2", 209 pounds, streamlined wide receiver with elite length, efficient mass, and premier athleticism at his size. He really is an athletic freak. And I don't know how you could be too upset about it. Well, you are upset. Well, I'm trying to build you up here a little bit, stock guy, but I feel like the damage is done.
Oh, I think his headset went out. Does his headset go out?
All right, well, I think we lost the audio here, which is probably a good thing because I'm probably just going to shed some tears here in a minute.
No, I think, look, can we, maybe we can get him, maybe either we lost audio or if maybe his headset went out, I'm not sure. But
on brand with the scuffness.
Yeah.
On brand. Yeah, hey, that's how it goes. That's all part of life.
All right. Well, listen, I'm gonna go. I don't drink anymore, so I'm gonna go cry in a corner somewhere, hoping that somehow this doesn't. Somewhere in the draft, we find a diamond in the rough to help us not collapse again this year, especially with C.J. Stroud and those guys in the division. So thanks for having me on, guys. And this was another disappointment. Hopefully it's not as bad as it feels like. So I appreciate you guys. Esfand, next time you do a tailgate Miami, I'm down for it.
Yes.
And Will and Austin, I'll catch you guys soon, all right?
Thank you, Stock Guy.
Appreciate you coming on, dude. It's always a pleasure. Yeah, always a pleasure, dude.
All right, and with that, Svan, it is time.
Oh,
the Dallas Cowboys, America's team, is on the board. Now, the player that I had them mock taking is still there. Tyler Guyton, the offensive tackle, is still on the board. So you might see Dallas go offensive tackle here. How are you feeling? What are you thinking, Svan?
The Cowboys right now, their team needs, I know we said we could only limit it to 5. Most other teams, whenever we were going through and doing all the graphics, we came with this team needs screen and we said, hey, you can limit it to 5 of the top key acquisitions, 5 of the top key departures, and then 5 team needs. Dallas had the opposite problem of every single other team in the NFL. I had to limit the team needs. We almost just put football player instead of positions. Key acquisitions. We only had 1 acquisition in the entire offseason. We downgraded Leighton Vander Esch to Eric Kendricks, and we lost Michael Gallup. This has been the most disappointing offseason as a Cowboys fan after back-to-back losses against the 49ers in the playoffs because of a stupid last play. I cannot, it's just every single year there's something else, dude. Every single year there's something else. In fact, we didn't even put the Tony Pollard left because we were so distraught and sad that I couldn't get 3 teams in. Or could 3 players in.
The pick is in. Spencer Rattler.
Oh my God.
Quarterback. Dallas Cowboys.
Stop. Why are you?
I'm fucking with you. I'm messing with you.
Will has spoiled so much that I actually believed him.
Bo Nix!
He's been traded.
He got traded by the Denver Broncos.
No. Here's the problem. You have so many needs right now that it's like, do you trade back? Do you go O-line here? A lot of the linemen have been taken already. If you want to go best available, who is the best available player in the draft right now?
Probably a cornerback. But
I think it's Cooper DeJean.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Tyler Guyton. I do. I think he's the last real first-round tackle. They need a tackle. They gave theirs to the Jets. I think you have to. What would make you the saddest?
Man, what would be if they went running back? They need a running back, but I don't think there's a firch-round running back here.
Oh, trade with Lions.
There's no way.
Lions are picking.
No.
Is that real?
Or is chat fucking with us? Are y'all on the Discord somewhere?
I mean, they could trade down.
Oh no!
Detroit!
No!
God damn the NFC North. No.
Wait, what are the details?
They won't have that for a few minutes. This just happened.
Son of a bitch.
This could be good.
Oh,
the Cowboys got an extra 3rd-round pick.
Wow.
Solid trade. Move back 5 spots and get a 3rd-round pick. They gave up a 6.
Pretty good compensation.
Not a bad pick.
The Lions, with the 24th overall pick, have selected cornerback, Alabama, Terion Arnold.
Terion Arnold is the pick. Terion Arnold.
Actually?
For the Detroit Lions. And we also have Graham Glasgow here, offensive lineman for the Detroit Lions here. How do you feel about your new teammate?
I feel pretty good. I thought we were gonna pick a DB, a corner or a DM. I think that this fits what we're looking to do and what we kind of needed.
There you go, chat. We're here with Graham Glasgow here, who is he plays guard for the Lions and he streams on Twitch. He's a Counter-Strike player. He likes the FPS game. Like you said, he's very excited. You picked right. You had the right prediction for your team.
Yeah.
So tell me, Graham, what's it been like being on the Lions and basically everybody doubting you guys going into this last season, going from that to the amount of success that you guys had this last year?
It was awesome. I mean, I had been here in Detroit when stuff was not particularly good. I was in Detroit when we won 3 games one year, and to be able to go from that to be able to go to the NFC Championship game was awesome, and to see the energy that came through the city was amazing.
It's been one of those things where Detroit for the longest time has kind of had a pretty rough reputation in the NFL. Like really for the last, this is the first playoff win since 1991, I believe.
Yep.
Right? And then you guys had a run. I legitimately thought you guys were going to be in the Super Bowl. And I bet you guys did too.
Yeah, at halftime, I mean, you would have been pretty hard pressed to find somebody in the locker room who thought we weren't going to be in the Super Bowl. But it happens sometimes.
It happens. I mean, you guys had an incredible run, incredible season. But look, you guys have an amazing team that you guys have built, and you guys are continuing to build. Terion Arnold coming in as one of the top corners in this draft. He's going to help round out your guys' defense, which already has been phenomenal.
I want to ask you one of the hard-hitting questions, okay? Last season, your head coach, Dan Campbell, said that he wanted a live lion on the field in Detroit. Has there been any progress made on getting a live lion to some of your games? And if so, please tell us about that.
Not that I'm aware of, but I feel like that's kind of something you got to move in silence about. And you just got to have it come out there. You know, maybe it's one of those things you ask for forgiveness and not permission.
Yeah.
You know, maybe that's the best way to go about it.
He really is probably the only guy that I could ever imagine he would just come out there with a line. He'd probably write it.
Yeah.
What's it like playing for somebody like Dan Campbell, somebody who's as fiery, who has that much juice?
I mean, I feel like when you're a professional, you kind of, I'm not saying you go through the motions, but like you play so many games and you go through it. And a lot of coaches, I feel like, kind of are missing that kind of ability to kind of rally you up and get you going for a game. And Dan can do it better than anybody I think I've ever been around in my career. It's incredible how he can get you guys ready to play.
So am I wrong in saying a lot of the coaches in the NFL are unbelievable football minds? I mean, there's a reason why you're an NFL head coach. But to be able to be like a true leader of men and to be able to rally a group of men between the age of 20 to like 35, I mean, that's a very wide range of ages. And you're going to have all kinds of different personalities in there, but to have that many people have that sort of buy-in, that's like basically unheard of.
No, it's pretty rare. Like, there are some people who are able to do it, but at the same time, they have their own ways of doing it. I think that Dan is probably like one of the most classic examples of like a throwback head coach that you could possibly like imagine, like just a true football guy. And it's actually pretty contagious. Like it's infectious. It makes you want to run through a brick wall.
Oh yeah.
Now you stream as well, correct?
Yeah, I do.
What can we find on your channel? What games you've been playing these days?
I really just play a little bit. I mainly just play Counter-Strike. I mean, I used to play a little bit of Lethal Company every now and again, but at the end of the day, I just am kind of addicted to, skins and just playing the game.
You've been opening a bunch of cases?
He's a case guy.
When the new case came out, when the Kilowatt case came out, I opened a lot, but I've slowed down. I think I got a little too lucky, so I know that I'm trying to quit while I'm ahead.
Sometimes that's how it goes with the cases. You just gotta stop before you're like, you know what? It's gonna turn out the way it is.
Speaking of which, we have our next pick in. We can react to this live. The Packers, rivals in the North, are drafting offensive line Jordan Morgan.
Ooh, interesting.
25th pick out of Auburn.
Yeah, they heard about
from Arizona.
Or Arizona, yeah, my bad.
They heard about the Vikings getting Dallas Turner. They said they need to reinforce that offensive line.
Wow, let me see where he was on big boards.
Yeah, I mean, Jordan Morgan was, I thought Jordan Morgan was probably going to be a second-round pick overall. Graham, do you know a little bit about Jordan Morgan? You knew he was from Arizona at least. So.
I don't know a ton about him. I know that one of my old, he was an assistant offensive line coach for me at Michigan, coached him last year.
Oh, okay.
So I know that he was getting some good coaching. But other than that, I mean, I feel like the Packers have kind of lost a few offensive linemen here over the past few years. I mean, they got rid of Bakhtiari. They got rid of, John Runyon went to the Giants in free agency. I feel like they're kind of down. They just needed a good piece on the offensive line. And I think that they probably got that tonight.
Yeah, I think with Jordan Morgan, I thought he was probably going to be a high second-round pick. So I don't think it's that much of a reach. I know some people were just looking at chat. People were like, "Wait, what?" But no, I mean, at the end of the first round, I mean, you'll get all kinds of picks like that. I know a few years ago the Cowboys took Travis Frederick, and everybody was like, "This guy's a third-round grade. What are they doing? Why are they taking a center in the first round?" And unfortunately, he had the health conditions and stuff, and he had to retire. But he was an unbelievable player, man. I mean, it's cool to see this draft be so O-line heavy because that's really where it all starts.
Yeah.
Graham, how's that feel? for you as a guard? I mean, you've been playing the league for I think 8 years now.
Yeah, I'm going on year 9.
You're 9.
But I feel like when you're this late in the, I mean, it's not too late in the first round, but I feel like just kind of the way that the game has evolved and the draft has kind of evolved, that the 5th-year option has become such a valuable asset to these teams in regards to like extending players and stuff like that. So I feel like that's why you see so many tackles, a premium position in this league. And if you have somebody that turns out to be a really, really good player for you, it makes sense to draft them in the first round instead of the second, because you're able to get another year of them under a cost-controlled like deal, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that 5th-year option is super, super important for these teams.
Yeah, it really helps to like extend like the Super Bowl window for a lot of teams, being able to go in and be like, hey, look, we can't really work out a deal now, but we have that 5th-year option.
You saw that play out with the Ravens before they went and got Lamar's deal done. They traded back into that first round to draft him with the last pick of the first round, and it makes sense to do it for a premium position like quarterback or corner, defensive end, tackle, because as I said, it just those guys are, I mean, if they work out, they're going to get paid a lot of money. So it's better to get that extra year if you can.
Yeah, hell yeah. So, okay, talking about the financials a little bit, we are sponsored by Cash App. So we're going to do one of our Know Your Worth Cash App questions for today. What piece of financial advice would you give to these draftees? These guys coming into the league for the first time. What financial advice would you give them? All of a sudden having a lump of money just put in their lap.
I think that they should buy themselves something nice, but like I know a lot of people really like to buy cars. I'm not a big car guy.
Okay.
But because it's like one of the worst purchases you could possibly make. But I say buy themselves something nice and then just go and don't. I mean, I don't know.
Buy a few
there's
cases.
a little bit of return from cases every now and again. But so just get yourself something nice, something that maybe you've wanted for a while, and just don't make a habit of it. You know, just go and save the money, invest it, buy a house if you need to.
There you go.
And just play good football. That's probably the other best part of advice you could give somebody for their financials in the NFL.
Yeah.
Play good football.
So
make more money.
You were saying you're not a big car guy. What was your first big purchase whenever you made it to the league? Do you remember?
I didn't even have one. I
didn't
buy a car until
wow.
Yeah, I really didn't.
We're gonna go.
My first car I bought was a Ford Explorer, and that was 3 years after I got into the league.
Hell yeah! Oh, we do have our next pick in, by the way.
Another offensive lineman.
Another O-lineman.
Graham Barton
from Duke
is a buck. The Blue Devils are in Tampa.
Hey, that's big time. Look, Baker Mayfield, he needs all the help he can get. He needs a little bit of protection back there so he's not running around like crazy. Look, hey, the O-line is most important position on the field. Okay, not biased, all right? I think it's the most important position. You cannot have an offense that functions unless the O-line is cohesive and your quarterback is protected and they can make holes for the running game. It just cannot happen. So it's not a surprise to see all these teams take advantage of the insane amount of talent in the first round of the draft here. So
I mean, I would agree with you there. I just think it's crazy that there hasn't been that many defensive players taken.
No, that is definitely something that is just kind of like, I mean, was it last year's draft that it was almost all defensive players? Or was it the year before? There was one that was almost all defensive players for the first 12 picks.
I mean, but this is wild.
This is like a whole.
Year, there was a couple quarterbacks. There was Jalen Carter. There was the Seahawks guy. I can't even really remember.
Yeah, maybe
I feel
it was
you see a lot more edge rushers going early.
Yes, no, 100%. So
it's been nuts.
So I gotta ask you, Graham.
I appreciate you guys having me on, though. It's past my bedtime.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No worries. Thank you.
We don't want to keep you too late. I know we're a couple hours back from you, I believe. So we're gonna let you get to bed, let you get some rest. So appreciate you coming on, Graham. And again, it's G Glasgow on Twitch. So if you guys want to follow Graham, we're gonna do a shout out, and we'll see you next time. Appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, no, I appreciate y'all having me on.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see you later.
We have our next pick in. The Cardinals are using pick 27 to draft Darius Robinson.
Oh, okay.
Defensive line out of Iowa, I believe.
Wow.
Missouri.
Now, are you expecting, Will, that because we've had such an offensive-heavy first round, it's going to be all defense second round? All of these players fall into the second round? You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think there's going to be a lot of wide receivers taken in the second round.
Okay, right?
I actually have good news for you.
Okay.
We have a former Bears player, Coach Esfand.
Oh.
Yeah.
Coach. Hey, Coach, you're a former Chicago Bear. Tell me how you feel like they performed this draft night.
Well, listen, I'll be honest with you, okay? Look, I think the Bears have done a phenomenal job. I think they went out and they got the best quarterback in the draft, and they went and got themselves a top-flight receiver in a Dunze. And, look, I think the big thing that y'all need to see out of Chicago right now is how the hell can we screw this up? How the hell can we find a way to take a good situation and make it bad? And that's what's so great about being a Chicago Bear. You know, you never know. You never know when it's going to come. You know, when you least expect it, the whole damn season is over, okay? And look, hell, maybe even careers are over, all right? Everybody thought Justin Fields was going to be the truth. Everybody thought Justin Fields was going to be the future over there in Soldier Field, all right? Over there in old Chicago. But unfortunately, no, it ain't that way, all right? And that's just the way life is. And, you know what they say, it's you got death, taxes, and the Chicago Bears blowing it somehow and ruin it in the offseason somehow. But look, go ahead.
Coach Svan, I heard you invented the false start penalty. Is that true?
I did.
How did that go down?
I was the first false start. I was.
And tell me how that became a rule as a consequence of your action.
Well, I mean, it was one of them things where, look, I had endless enchilada night over it on the border. And it was one of them things where I was there, I was playing offensive line, and I'm going to be honest with you, I got the shits. I got the shits over there right on the 50-yard line.
Hey.
And look, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. And I'll tell you what, that was not tough at all. That thing just slid right through me.
Oh, Coach, we hate to interrupt you, Coach, but Kansas City has traded up in the place of the Bills, and they are currently on the clock.
Absolutely. We're going to be looking at wide receiver. At Texas,
the pick is in.
Xavier Worthy.
And then Xavier Worthy. I was about to say, we still got another guy on the board who's the fastest player ever.
Well, the Chiefs have made a move to replace the Tyreek Hill-sized hole in their offense. They want a new cheetah, and they got it.
They got him.
Fastest ever combine 40 time is headed to Kansas City. Now, this is interesting because the Chiefs have really struggled with dropped passes. So I would assume them to go after someone with really sure hands. But I think the speed of this young man was just too appealing. They go with the fastest wide receiver in the draft.
Maybe they're going to super glue on his gloves.
Hey, let me tell you, look, sometimes you just need a guy to take the top off of defense. You might not even throw to him. All right?
Stretch the field, right,
Just
Coach
send his
Esfand?
ass right down the field. You stretch the field.
That's right.
And you take some shit under. Okay? And then when you least expect it, you go out there and you try and find a guy who can go and catch the ball with Pat Mahomes throwing it as hard as he can. I mean, the reality of the situation is it's simple. Can we find a guy is so fast, but we can still outthrow him with Pat Mahomes? I mean, he's just trying to send it all the way deep. A lot of people don't know this. Pat Mahomes has yet to throw a football as far as he can possibly throw in the NFL. Wow. A lot of people don't know that. He's never actually thrown at more than 50% strength.
Well, that is a fascinating note, Coach.
Now, Coach, I understand you invented stretching the field. Is that correct?
I did. I was the first man to ever stretch the field.
Wow.
And did it come? Were you inspired by anything?
I was.
Okay.
Yeah. Play-Doh.
Okay.
I love Play-Doh. I love Play-Doh. I love playing with it. I love the books. I love all that shit. So, you stretch out that Play-Doh, you know, whatever it is.
That's great, Coach.
That is fascinating.
Can you stretch the field long or wide? Which way could you stretch it?
Look, I always say this, it's the long way or the highway.
Okay.
So that's really where...
Now, which way is the long way? Because you could go long... The long way. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, it's the long way.
Got it. The long way.
Well, Coach, we're going to cut back to the studio because one of our friends' favorite teams is about to pick. We want to make sure we get Esfand back, but I think he's still in the bathroom. We're waiting for him to come back. But thank you for your time, Coach. We always appreciate you here on the show.
Oh, absolutely. It is your pleasure for having me.
Thank you, Coach Svan.
He's great.
He's great.
Football legend.
Can you believe he invented stretching the field?
I can't. Before him, they only ran the ball.
That's right. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Hey, Svan, welcome back.
Esfand.
What do you mean? I never left.
Hey, remember when I predicted that the Dallas Cowboys might take a tackle?
Oh, look, listen. I've been saying I think they'll take a tackle.
Tyler Guyton, the tackle I predicted.
Tyler Guyton.
The Dallas Cowboys to take before they traded back.
Hey.
They get him at pick 29 after a trade back. They get the guy I originally projected to him. Another offensive lineman is off the board.
Hey.
Boomer Sooners, you have a lineman in Texas.
Yeah, the old Oklahoma-Dallas pipeline, back and forth for years and years and years with old Switzer. Look, I'll keep it simple. The Cowboys need help on the offensive line. Tyrone Smith is out. Long time, in my opinion, a Hall of Fame offensive tackle, one of the best in the league, pretty much the entire time he's been in the league. They need help out there. They need to be able to go out there and replace a massive 6'5", 315-pound hole. Tyler Guyton is even bigger than Tyrone Smith. But also incredibly athletic as well, just like Tyrone Smith was. When Tyrone Smith came in the league, it was not the norm. It was not the norm to be that big and that athletic, but as you can see, as time has gone on, the players have evolved. They're more and more athletic than ever at the offensive line position. I think Tyler Guyton is a guy who he is raw. He is raw, but he has all the tools that you need to develop into a great offensive lineman in the NFL.
Sometimes you got to just take a guy raw, though.
At this point in the draft, like you're right there on the tail end of it. You can take a guy who's just raw, right? Take a raw guy and develop him into something that is going to be an unbelievable player down the road. And that's really what the hope is.
Yeah.
You know what else is unbelievable?
What's that?
Cash App.
Wow.
Cash App.
Cash App, the sponsor of this Esfand's Draft Night Extravaganza. We want to thank Cash App.
Yes.
For their help bringing the show to life, as well as for our awesome customized Cash App card.
Wow.
That's right. With the Cash App card, you can gain access to discounts at your favorite places to spend money, like Chipotle, Nike, Wendy's, and even services like StubHub and Lyft. Cash App has also given its customers early access to concert tours like Drake and J. Cole, Karol G, and most recently, with Future and Metro Boomin's We Trust You tour.
Metro Boomin.
You can create your own card directly in the app now, folks. Thank you so much to Cash App for sponsoring this broadcast.
Are you a big Metro Boomin fan?
Are you kidding me? I was at the concert. How do you think I got my tickets, Will?
Oh,
Via Cash App.
Cash App right here. Yeah, guys, make sure to check out Cash App. You can get these cards, these beautiful customized cards. You can do your own design. You have preset designs. I got a little football set up there with the goalposts, with the little play. I don't even know what kind of play that is.
I went with the basic sky blue.
Yeah, there you go.
Cash
I went
card.
with the neon green. Metro Boomin wants some more.
Is that one glow in the dark?
Yes.
I think that's the glow in the dark one. Yeah. So they got all kinds of cool stuff over at Cash App. All kinds of cool options for the different cards. So huge thank you to Cash App for sponsoring the show. Never mind, our pick is in.
The pick is in, ladies and gentlemen. Nate Wiggins.
They go DB. They go cornerback. Is that right? Nate Wiggins, the corner?
Clemson.
From Clemson University. They go Nate Wiggins.
Nate Wiggins is a cornerback out of Clemson. He's got a 9.4 RAS score, 6'1", 173 pounds, a little undersized for a corner, except he throttles up to searing closing speeds. Despite being a little undersized, he is blazing fast.
So yeah, the big thing with Nate Wiggins is the athleticism, just raw talent. He is a classic Clemson Tiger sort of prospect. They come out there, just absolute freaks, speed. The size is a little bit of a concern. He's kind of, he's not very thick. So he's a guy who you'll probably see playing off of people. They probably want to get him to bulk up a little bit so he can come up and play press coverage. But he is a very, very rare athlete.
Yep.
Unbelievable recovery speed, unbelievable closing speed. He's very quick, light on his feet. And one of the things that I watched some Nate Wiggins stuff, and I know I know a number of people at Clemson just from people who I worked with at SMU. Nate Wiggins he's a tough son of a bitch. Like, this is a guy who's, he needs to thicken up a little bit, but he's a dog. He is. Nate Wiggins is a hell of a player, and I think he kind of fits that mold of what you think of when you think of Baltimore Ravens defense.
Ladies and gentlemen, we only have 2 picks left in our evening. So it is again time to recap the last 10 draft picks. So, starting with pick number 20, hold on. Pick number 20 was Troy Fontenot to the Steelers out of Washington, offensive tackle. Next up, we had the Dolphins selecting Chop Robinson, 21st overall.
Great name.
Defensive end out of Penn State. The Eagles.
You know why they call him Chop?
Told us.
No, it's because he was 14 pounds when he was born.
Oh.
And he was 14 pounds, so they called him Chop for pork chop.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what's more believable, the first story or the second story?
It's 14 pounds of big ass baby. The Eagles are drafting cornerback Quinion Mitchell at 22 overall. Jaguars selected Brian Thomas, 23rd overall, wide receiver. Cowboys traded the 24th pick to the Lions, who selected Terion Arnold out of Alabama. Packers selected Jordan Morgan, O-line, with the 25th pick. 26th pick had the Buccaneers selecting O-line Graham Barton from Duke. The Cardinals used the 27th pick in the draft to select defensive line Darius Robinson. The Bills traded their pick to the Chiefs, who selected 28th overall Xavier Worthy, the fastest wide receiver in the draft. Tyler Guyton ended up in Dallas, the 29th overall pick. Dallas takes their guy Raw to fill their hole. The Ravens selected 30th overall cornerback Nate Wiggins, a new man in the backfield to buttress the Ravens' D.
And now that leaves us with the last 2 picks in the draft, the San Francisco 49ers and the Buffalo Bills. So Bills traded down. You've got the 49ers as well. The 49ers.
I think the Bills did well because I think the Bills will still take a wide receiver. And I think the guy they wanted, Adonai Mitchell, is still on the board.
It could be Adonai Mitchell. I think Xavier Worthy, I think, was a good pick. I had Adonai Mitchell above him. Teams have a tendency to, they see the 40, they see the speed, and they just start drooling. And it's like, oh my gosh, we need that guy.
You drool over a raw guy like that.
You drool over a raw guy like that. But how many times there have been a guy who's had that crazy world-class speed, and they have not really panned out? More often than not.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
if there's anywhere he could succeed, though, it's with Patrick Mahomes is in Kansas City.
Now, we do have a guest with us who's a big football fan as well, and his team just picked somebody from the defensive backfield. We have Jericho joining us.
Jericho, what's up, baby?
Big Ravens fan. How's it going,
guys.
man?
How you doing?
Good. I'm a little stoked on the CB we picked. I mean, ultimately, we're suffering from success down here. When you're a good team, you get late picks, and I was kind of thinking we might trade into the second because a lot of talent's still there. But overall, pretty happy. It's not a bad draft, and we were quick with it too. EDC was. I mean, I think, in and out with that one, we didn't have to wait too long. So clearly they knew what they wanted, but I feel good.
Jericho, enough of this football talk. Are you going to EDC with me or what?
No, dude. This is the first year I'm not going to go in like 12
what
years.
Are you
and I know you go.
about?
I saw you I know. I saw you last year, but I'm going to Tomorrowland this year, and it's enough festival for me. You know what I mean? Like, I've already done EDC, but we'll be there next year for sure.
Fair. So how are you feeling about the Ravens picks later in the draft? Taking a defensive player in their backfield, who do you think they're going to target in round 2, 3, and so on?
We really needed some offensive line help, but I feel like everybody did, right? Because there was a huge run on them early on. So we still need offensive line help, but our entire, half of our defense got raided. Defensive coordinator gone. He's now head of the head coach for the Seahawks. So I'm not really sure how our defense is going to rebuild or how we're going to operate. But I would like to see a wide receiver get added, maybe somebody in the slot. There's tons of talent there. Okay. So I wouldn't be surprised if we take somebody to kind of round out, kind of like our overall threat. But like we have like 2 offensive linemen, and one of them got hurt recently. So we could use some help there.
Yeah, I think you made a really good point about receiver. There's so much talent. It's a very deep receiver class. And I think you could get guys in the 2nd or even 3rd round. We'll see what happens tomorrow. But you could be getting guys who are late 1st rounders. Really just very talented guys a little bit later in the draft just because there's so many receivers available and that they've been picked up already, right? Yep. So it's like you just move that far down into the draft that you're going to have an opportunity to making the most out of where you're picking. And the Ravens have been really good over the last few years with Lamar Jackson. So... And that was
historically, like as a draft team, we've been great. I mean, Ozzie Newsome kind of led things from the start.
Whoa! Wait, hold on. We got a shocker.
Wait, what?
The San Francisco 49ers are taking Ricky Pearsall out of Florida. He leapfrogs about 6 wide receivers. What a pick.
Huh?
He absolutely shocked at the combine. He had an unbelievable performance. If you go watch his highlights right now, guys, he probably had the catch of the season last year in college football. Also, I just want to say, Chatter, Melted Giraffe, I would have picked your mother because she gives the best neck at this position. But this was a great pick. I think the 49ers fans are going to be very happy about this. And I love this guy. I'm just really shocked he jumped that high.
I mean, so here's the thing. Ricky Pearsall, he wasn't rated as high. He came out after a senior year, I believe. I don't think he was a redshirt senior. I think he was a 4th-year senior. He's good. He's well-rounded, but he had a great combine, but he doesn't really play with that kind of speed. And I think it's part of it. I think it's because of the way that they used him in the offense over at Florida. Well, he played inside, and they had him run a bunch of shorter routes. They would have him try and take the ball after the catch. He is fast. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like he didn't play with that kind of speed regularly. They didn't let him loose.
I think fans, I think GMs, and I think quarterbacks can fall in love with circus catches. Mm-hmm. OBJ has made a career out of one of the great catches in history. Listen, OBJ's great.
Ravens legend, OBJ.
Exactly. But Ricky Pearsall, we're watching the TV right here. This catch right here, one-handed, goes up, snags it in traffic, head-on collision, 2 hits, comes up with the ball. That catch right there is where I think he cemented his status in the draft. I get it.
I mean, look, I think Ricky Pearsall, he tested well at the combine. He was a transfer to Florida over from Arizona State. He didn't really produce in a really big way in any single year. Like this guy he didn't have a 1,000-yard season, but I think that's okay. I think it's okay to not have a ton of production, have one really crazy year as long as the film is there and the pieces there and you're getting the reps. Keep in mind, again, he is a transfer, so maybe things weren't working out at Arizona State and then he came to Florida. So there's a lot that goes into it. I think Ricky Pearsall is going to be a good player at the next level. Do I think he should have gone in the 1st round? Probably not.
How do you feel about Jericho?
I guess Ayuk's out, right? I mean, I guess maybe costs too much or the demanding of the trade and whatnot, but that's pretty clear. Also, Carolina's picking right now. What happened?
That's right. You take us live to our breaking news. Carolina has traded up. The Bills have traded down again.
The Bills doubling down on the trade.
Wild.
Carolina.
That is some Madden fantasy bull crap right there.
From the top rope, who are they coming in to take? What the hell?
So
Carolina, didn't they draft McCaffrey originally, right?
Yeah.
Well, interesting. The Bills only end up trading down 1 pick ultimately into the 2nd round, and they pick up a 5th rounder for that. That's a lot of value for that.
Yeah, no, that is. I mean, you pick up a free 5th round pick. Maybe Carolina is taking somebody.
Xavier Legette, South Carolina.
Cool. Holy. And Xavier Legette is our final pick of the 2024 NFL Draft. Look at that. Carolina coming in and saying, hey, He is ours. Let's take him. Nobody else has got him. Making sure that nobody comes in and steals the spotlight from Xavier Legette going to the Carolina Panthers. I mean, so the big thing with the Panthers was last year, they basically went out there and they went with Bryce Young, and everybody thought he was the guy, and he didn't have the help he needed. He got pummeled.
Yeah.
Absolutely pummeled. The Panthers need a lot of help. I'm kind of surprised they jump up and took him.
One pick.
I know it's one pick, but why give up a 5th rounder when, again, there's...
I guess they're worried that
maybe the Bills, what if the Bills called him and said, hey, we're going to take Xavier if you don't give us something, and so they just kind of held it hostage, right?
Jericho, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, like I'm surprised it's like you have other receivers. Like, is it like Lad McConkey was that guy?
Both the Texas guys.
You have guys on the board that are rated higher, but teams want what they want. Maybe they don't see those guys. Maybe they want an inside guy because those guys. Well, Lad could be either, I guess, but Adonai Mitchell is very much like an outside receiver.
Yeah.
At least in my... So, hey, it is what it is. I think... I mean, I'm just surprised because you gave up a 5th rounder, and a 5th rounder, you can't just give it for free, right?
Jericho, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Jericho.
I miss you. I'd like
Thanks
to
for
hang out
having
soon.
me. Yeah, I mean, hit me up, brother. I live here, you live here. I'm a phone call away probably. But
hell yeah.
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate you.
Go Flock, baby.
It was a good show.
Ravens
yeah,
Flock.
thanks, Jericho. Appreciate it, man.
That's not... yeah.
Through the 2024 first round of the draft. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to take a quick second to plug something that's coming up very shortly. The next few rounds of the draft will play over the next 2 days.
Yeah.
Well, after those occur, we are having a follow-up draft stream to cover all of that action that we have missed in one night. If you are excited about any talent going through rounds 2 to 7, tune in a few days for our follow-up recap stream.
Yeah, we'll be doing a recap stream on Sunday. So it'll be on Sunday where we're going to go over, kind of look at our biggest winners, biggest losers of the draft.
All right, we have the results. And the results are...
At a 16%, Will getting 35%, and then Austin with 12.9.
Oh, shit, I lost.
Austin is our loser.
Which means Austin has to do a hot tub stream.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Wait, how the hell did Esfand beat me? I was copying picks for the first 20 picks.
That's all right. Hey, 35%.
You copied him.
I was copying him, and all of a sudden I just started throwing at like 20 because my internet, I was on go-go in-flight internet, and I just gave up.
I'm going to be honest. Like I said, I was like, let's just throw it around and see what the hell happens. I was expecting to lose. I thought I was going to be the one to get punished.
Yeah.
But.
Well, all right, Esfand, you and I got to do a hot tub stream together.
Wait, hold on. Why me?
Sorry.
Well, you got to get in the hot tub.
You got to get in the hot tub.
One more thing I'd like to say, just from a very earnest place. Svan and I started talking football about 5 years ago. We always dreamed about making more football content on this platform. We know sports isn't the biggest hit on Twitch, but to you guys who showed up, which there are thousands of you, we appreciate you so much. This is such a passion in our life, and we're so gracious to be, or we're so humbled to be joined by AustinShow, another one of my great friends. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for continually supporting. And because your support has been crazy, we get to make more and more football content again.
Yeah, and really just to piggyback on that, I mean, this is something that, like, my whole life, I was planning on having my whole life be football. Like, I went to college, I joined the team, got hurt right away, ended up getting like a sports business degree. I was working in college football at Division I level, doing recruiting, doing video, doing all kinds of stuff like that. And I was gonna go be a football coach. That's what, like, my brain had like been calibrated to, like, okay, that's what I'm gonna do now. I grew up wanting to make video games and computer science and all that stuff. And then I got to the point where I was like, hey, I'm gonna be a football guy. And then my stream started taking off. Wasn't even planning on being a streamer, and now here we are, right? Like, it was all wow at that point, and then being able to take kind of that passion and kind of parlay it into football, just like you have, and just like you have.
Esfand, I'm getting word that your attorney is calling right now.
Yeah, so
wait, he's also my attorney.
Yeah, I was gonna say we do have
this is crazy.
My attorney calling in.
We go live to Esfand's attorney?
Yeah. BJP, what's the problem here?
BJP!
Am I in trouble? What happened? My attorney just called.
Wait, can I bill you both at the same time for this?
Wait, Ryan, I'm just finding out you also represent Svan. What the hell is this? I thought you were my attorney. This is like that Usher song, "Same Girl." Is that we found out?
Yeah.
There's only one of you. What the fuck is going on?
There's enough for me to go around.
He's selfish. I don't have a problem sharing. He does.
Yeah, I do. I only want you to be my attorney, Ryan. We'll talk about it later. But BJP was texting me the entire show and talking shit about the Vikings picking J.J. McCarthy. But we rallied and we got Dallas Turner. How do you think that the Vikings did in the
that
draft?
almost made up for it. I thought you were going to need me to sue the Vikings GM, Austin. But at least, hey, you got to look at the bright side. At least you didn't move up more than one pick to get him. I thought y'all were going to get crazy and move up to 4 or 5 to get McCarthy.
No, you don't understand. I talked to Quessy this morning on the way to the airport. We made a plan, and we were going to hold strong at 11. And you know what? He called me before he moved it up to 10. I said, it's fine.
I'm glad he seeks your counsel. Yeah. He sought your counsel.
Yeah,
you did give up a lot to move up one spot, but you had to jump the Broncos. That was the important thing.
I don't think that we gave up that much. There are some people in the room that are very happy about that.
I am very happy.
Will's very happy.
Let me tell you, if the Jets package everything that they have to move up to the second round for Ladd McConkey, I'm going to spontaneously combust.
Now, Ryan, I understand
Would you want McConkey over A.D. Mitchell?
I'm going to be honest. I think Adonai Mitchell is going off the board the very next pick of the draft. I think that's who the Bills are going to take, 33. If he is on the board when the Jets can trade in, I'll take him in a Cowboys second. Big body, big frame wide receiver. Put him next to Garrett Wilson and let it rain, baby.
You know, a lot of people thought the Bills were going to take Adonai Mitchell at like the at their original pick. So for them to be able to drop about 10 spots and grab a few picks and get the same guy.
The Bills fleeced. The Bills fleeced.
They did.
Hey, so the Eagles, too. The Eagles with Arnold, getting Arnold sitting there and not having to move up to get him. Obviously, I hate the Eagles, so I'm a Cowboys fan, but that's a great pick.
Yep, we talked about it.
Ryan, you're a Cowboys fan, like you said. How do you feel about their draft performance in the first round?
You know, we traded down and we still got the position we needed. We obviously didn't get the best tackle in the draft by any means, but Tyler Guyton's a massive human being, and he's from Austin, right here where I live, and so I'm excited. I think he's going to be a great addition. We needed offensive line help. I wanted Bart in the center because we need to replace our center, but I'll take Guyton. And we traded down and got a third-round pick out of the deal.
By the way, I'm just getting word. I don't know if this is true. I tied for second out of every mock draft generated.
Really?
That can't be real.
That's so funny.
That can't be true.
That's so
good. That's impressive, Will.
It's true, Will. Come on, you know.
Great.
You know it's true.
That is great.
That can't be true. Come on.
How
he knows it.
Be that good?
Oh, come on. Really, me? Oh, God. I had no idea. Ryan, you guys needed that first round of the draft after what was probably one of the most disastrous off seasons in NFL history.
It's pretty bad for our owner to go out and say we're all in, and then we sit back and do nothing. It's pretty bad.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, hey, what they say? All in my ass.
Yeah.
With a comma.
Yeah.
Hey, they went all in for a raw guy, you know?
They did.
And all in my ass is
for raw Guyton. They did.
Sometimes you got to go all in my ass.
Hey, it's been one of those off seasons as Cowboys fans, and look, it's all good. It's been a hell of a draft. It was a hell of a show today. I'm so glad BJP got to join us here at the end. Our attorney. And
Thank you for having me. And if anyone can explain to me what Atlanta was doing, I'm more than happy to hear.
Dude, I want to find
out what happened.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, Ryan, Esfand and I are going to trip and fall on the way out. We've been looking for a class action lawsuit. So we've been looking for a way to get
got big money. So
yeah, we're trying to fund next year's Esfand's Draft Night Extravaganza. So we're going to trip and fall.
There you go.
Yep, we're going to go to Chili's and snap our neck.
I'm still
That's
paying
right.
for last year.
I'm going to take out my Achilles like Kirk Cousins. He's going to blow out his knee like Michael Penix.
Yep.
It's going to be great.
And we're going to call it a
You
day.
can both play for Atlanta next year.
That's right.
Exactly. Yeah.
BJP, thank you so much for your
to
time,
be fair,
brother.
Atlanta didn't use their first round pick last year, Bijan Robinson, so they're probably not going to use this year's either. So it won't be that big a difference.
True. Mm-hmm. Hand them the ball, feed them. BJP, thank you so much for your time, brother.
Thank you, BJP.
Thanks a ton.
All right, fellas, good to see you. Y'all be safe getting back.
Great as always. Guys, that was a BJP official.
If you had to do the punishment for losing the mock draft, what do I win for winning it?
Nothing.
Okay, let's go to our winner in chat. Which chatter had the best mock draft and is going home with a Starforge PC?
They're going to be getting a Starforge PC. Do we have the rankings up? We do. So, real quick, let's take a look here. Our top.
Whoa. One first place and 25 people tied for second place.
Including Will Neff.
Including Will Neff.
Oh my God.
Wait, where did I place in the in the grand scheme? Where did I place? What did I tie for?
Blue Knight Mod.
Blue Knight Mod.
That's it. Thank you guys so much for allowing us to make this happen, because it would not happen without people on Twitch who, despite what people had thought in the past, people thought, oh, Twitch is only for like gaming and this and that. And then there's IRL. Sports is here too, and there's a big fan base of sports fans on Twitch. So, again, huge thank you to the crew at WePlay. Huge thank you to the people from Sport 5. Everybody involved with this. So, huge thank you to you guys.
Tell them how much this means to you.
Oh, it means the world. It means a lot. We win, champions. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll see you guys later. Bye, everybody.
Take care.
Mwah.